is just there's so many options. People are doing so many different things. But we have incredible ratings still, and the website has incredible traffic, but it is down from the old days. It definitely is down from the old days.
Man, we did all kinds of work.
Well, we were the only ones.
Right.
But, you know, we have also found with the searches and stuff that people are still getting, we're not necessarily getting credited with a lot, but they'll find, people find a lot of, they find us showing up in other areas and they'll write it down, they'll call people, but I'm sorry, did you need to
No, I was just text to Brent Ivanson.
It shows going through Google, or we have done some backlink testing, and we have seen that, for example, our site has incredible search value because of the years in business and the links and the credibility. And so it appears in other places, and when people go through it, it doesn't show referral lists. It just shows Google or a search or different things. There are analytics that people don't do that would show that originally it was seen because of referral lists, not necessarily on referral lists. It's hard to explain, but the long and short story is we have a lot of people in our space right now too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the main reason, and that's why we're doing. But we're still on the air every day promoting the hell out of it. That's why we're doing what we're doing. We have to stay relevant, just like everyone.
Right.
And you know, we have two big advertisers. You've heard of Fix It 24/7 and Online.
Yeah, Fix It's new in the industry. I know a little bit about
Well,
them. They used to be Candlelight.
Yeah, but George has been all over the country building.
Right.
Any of those groups anymore. In fact, he doesn't necessarily like them. I mean, he likes the people, but he doesn't like the system necessarily.
Yeah.
But he said he would work with people, smaller companies, but there's enough work to go around. If you want to...
I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate you being around.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. And we help people. That's what we do. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by Fix It 24/7. They are doing their $39 furnace check and clean or air conditioner check. By the way, just so you know, it has to be one or the other, and they will guarantee that you will not break down. $39, you will not believe the level of work they do for that. They literally disassemble things to the extent they can be disassembled and recondition, readjust, adjust everything, filters, and then give you a written report and a no breakdown guarantee, $39. And that is Fix It 24/7. So welcome to the show, and we will help you do anything we can. Let me give a number for them, by the way, because they're only doing 10 each day. When they're slow, this is a very slow time, and when they're slow, what they're going to do is do this because they love to get in people's homes, put that sticker on there, and they want you to call them, you know. This is what companies do. But they actually do give you great value, 720-526-3939. And speaking of plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, and all of those home services, what an incredible explosion this industry is having. So fixmyhome.com is the website, 720-526-3939. And it just so happens we have guests here today on our referral list. They have been on my referral list for years, and it's Rock Heating and Air. And I love the name, Rock Heating and Air.
Why Rock?
Chris and Amy, because their name's Sean Rock. That's what I assume, guys, right?
Yep, last name is Sean Rock.
Well, that makes sense, son.
You guys have been around a long time with us.
We've been on a referral list for, I think, 16 years out of our 17 years in business.
Can you believe this?
Yeah.
And in any case, I told him we have this new site being launched we're so excited about. And it's not just a design. I mean, it's from the ground up. From the ground up.
It's been brutal. It's going to be worth every penny,
though.
Oh,
my God. It's the best ever. And I've been working on it today, and we're just so excited.
And then TV advertising.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of stuff.
Now,
we're going head-to-head with these other, this home advisor
One of the
crap.
reasons is we had taken for granted all these years. We were the original people. And I, honest to God, Mark, took it for granted. 25 years ago I did this. I mean, no one was doing it. And I said, we need a list of the good guys because I was going after bad guys. And I said, and people would call and say, hey, Tom, who do you use for this or who do you use for that? And I would tell them. And then I'd get a call back sometimes. They'd be pissed at me and saying, why'd you tell me that person? And I said, well, I don't know. You asked me for a recommendation. So it occurred to me, if I'm going to make recommendations, I better talk to these people first and say, look, if I recommend you, you got to promise to do this, this, and this. So half of our day was spent, this is how it happened, half of our day was spent, answering people's questions about not just who to avoid, but who to go to. So I started this list, and I said, you guys, we're all chipping in for this because we're your customer service department, man. We've been handling problems, questions, complaints. Then we had all kinds of stuff. I don't have to say that about Chris and Amy. We don't handle any problems for them. I've never had one. Not one.
I can't think of one.
Not one complaint. Can you believe this? Not one complaint. Now I know that for sure. We looked it up. I don't think that's possible. Well, I'm sure you've had complaints, and then you just take care of them.
We have customers upset once in a while, but
sure.
that's how you take care of your customers.
Thanks for being here, Chris and Amy, but here's the deal. You're in here just to say hi. We do this. We rotate referral list members all the time. So I don't want you to just wait for any heating and air things. I want you to kind of chime in as you would yelling at the radio if you're home, okay? People, give us a call right now. Lines are wide open. Yesterday we had full lines the whole time. The day before we had, I don't understand the phones. One day we'll have like so many calls we can't take them all. The next day they'll be sparse. Then Mark is back from Mark and Deputy Clint. I'll talk about that in a second. They went to court, and we'll talk about that. You give us a call right now. You can get right through. If you have a problem, a question, or a complaint, someone ripped you off, someone lied to you, someone ticked you off, if you're upset, we want to know what it's about. Give us a call, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Have you noticed people in business are more polite now? I am finding, I'm fine. I'm very pleased with the courtesy and politeness of people in business right now. Most people. In fact, if they're nasty, they stand out. Most people are doing something right. I noticed that you go to certain stores, and they must be training people to say hi and to be nice. I have noticed a big uptick in customer service, and I want to mention that. I'm glad, I'm happy. I also noticed, however, customers are more rude than ever. It's like flipping. It used to be you had people who are sick and tired of customers. They're a little rude. And now I'm finding businesses are pretty good. And you guys are nodding your head. Do you feel that customers, oh, my God, they're ruder than ever? I don't want you to talk about your customers, but have you found that customers and consumers are rude?
You know, customers have a high expectation these days, and they expect a lot. And if you don't give that to them, they're upset.
Let's talk to Tom on the phone. And go ahead, Tom, one of the many calls coming in. Go ahead, Tom.
Mr. Martino, how are you today?
I'm doing good, Tom. What's going on with you?
Well, I just wanted to give you and your guys down there nothing but accolades, because I can tell you that I've been listening to you for those 25 years.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I'm 67 years old, and I'm a native of Denver, so I've been through the good and the bad times with you.
Yeah, well, you were only in your 20s when I started on TV here, so what's going on?
Well, I guess my hard head, I have finally realized that when I deal with anybody for services or anything, I need to be on the referral list. As early as last week, I thought I could outsmart everybody and go to home advisors or all. And I mean to tell you, I went to Home Advisors. I had a guy come out. I'm doing a $100,000 project in my house. Home Advisors sent somebody out. I was totally embarrassed. Genesis came out. Brian at Genesis is phenomenal.
Unbelievable. They're great people.
Yeah, they've got my business.
You know, I want to say something to be fair, and I mean this sincerely. Home Advisors does not go out of its way to look for bad people. They're a referral service. I have nothing against them. They're a referral service. But I will say this, and I don't care what they say. They do not have exceptional people. They have everyone. If you simply want to toss the dice, you can get great people. There are people on my referral list that use Home Advisor and all the others, but it's a crapshoot. On our list, you won't get a crapshoot. You're going to get people that are not just normal. They're not. They're best. Anyway, go ahead.
And I agree. And as this afternoon, I have an appointment at 1:30 with David Salisbury. I do not do anything in my world unless I get a hold of your referral list from this point forward.
Tom, thank you.
I can say that if everybody would do that, you know, I
wouldn't have a show.
Correct. But I'm telling you, I appreciate everything you and your team do. Thank you so much, and best of luck in the future.
Tom, you made my day. Now, where were you, Mark?
I want to touch base on that customer service deal. I picked up my RV yesterday from Century.
Century RV.
Century RV. Great guys. The pricing was great. I don't want to make this into a commercial, but they're awesome. But here's the customer service part. This kid, I say kid,
by the way,
probably
Mark,
25 or 30.
Mark shopped and bought with dollars.
Oh, my God.
Okay,
are you kidding? I shopped in Texas, Florida.
We don't sneak. We're not sneaking in little plugs for this. I want to make it very clear that this was a real deal. You went to Century RV, right?
Yeah, and I spent a lot of money with them. And I shopped everywhere. Trust me. I made them step up, but they had great prices to begin with. But they did match prices for me. When I took this unit, this kid went from the top, the engine, all the way back with me. He showed me everything, Tom. You couldn't believe it. Every nook and cranny of this thing. How to do everything on it. You used to have a lot of these RVs. There is so many things to them.
Love them.
He's showing me where the cable hooks up, how to put the satellite on top, how the radio works, how to collect the phone, how the refrigerator works, how the whole dump station works.
Right.
I did not know they would do that. I thought I'd be going through the manual. They show you everything.
It's important, Mark. It's called the delivery. And Rolly Purifoy once told me, if you do a bad delivery, it sets the tone for a bad experience.
It kill you.
He says if people feel coddled and cared for, man, what they do at Purifoy when they deliver a car, and I'm glad to hear this about Century RV.
I couldn't believe it.
I went one time in my older, crazier days when I had one of these buses that were very expensive. The guy handed me the keys and did nothing. Rolly was shocked by how cold and weird they were. Anyway, I just want to say the guy mentioned Genesis Total Exteriors. They do interiors as well, and I should just give him kudos since he mentioned them. 303-679-8509. Mark Szymanski, and he had Brian go there from there. They're great people. Also, he mentioned David Salisbury, and he's on our list.
Great man.
David does wills and trusts and probate. Listen, we're in a war here. It's a battle. I swear to God it is. Every day we get calls from people who have been seriously hurt. Mark and Clint just got back from court on one of those. What happened? I thought we were having jury selection today.
She messed up on that a little.
What happened?
We're going to be sitting with her next week. It's going to start on the 10th. Today was nothing.
Did she think it was jury selection?
She did, but all they did today was talk about how the jury selection was going to happen.
Okay. Now, here's the deal on court. She is going, we're not giving her legal advice, we're coaching her, but she is taking this to district court, and the guy countersued.
She started small claims.
Right. The biggest thing about court is procedure. So I think what we're going to do, Mark, I think we're not going to do legal, we're going to do procedural seminars for people on how to sue. Because I'm telling you that if you sue pro se on your own, and you go to county or district court, not just small claims court, you can get through it. And you can win. And I think this woman is going to win. The procedures are what kill you. People think all you need to know is how to file.
No.
But once you file, you have interrogatories. You can do interrogatories or depositions.
You have to discovery. Huge.
She did know discovery, unfortunately. But in her case, she doesn't need it that much. But what you
Well, I disagree. What she should have done, and this goes right to what you're saying, what she should have done was go after him for all the information and all the permits he's had in how many jobs he's actually done in Denver unpermitted.
Now, interrogatories, and then you have depositions, and then you have of course, the actual filing. So filing, interrogatories, deposition. Then there are things people don't even know about. Like
2.1, 2.2.
Jury instruction.
Jury instructions. 2.1.
For example, the plaintiff and the defendant have to submit what they feel are jury instructions that are fair, what the jury is told when deliberating. And the judge then blesses them. Now, the judge will come up with his own jury instructions, but he'll take advice from the counsels. But then there's also something else. Within the instructions to the jury are actual what's called contemplating points, where you literally tell the jury, here are the questions you must answer. And each of them submit their own pondering points. So you have so many things to think about that you may throw up your hands and say, I can't do this, but you can. You can. What you need to do is start taking action. This guy never believed at I-25 construction, whatever he is, he never believed it would go this far. And he's already tried to offer a settlement. This guy is a crook, in my opinion, just like Lobsinger is a crook. We got a default judgment on him. Just like David Anders, we're going after him criminally. We're having the district attorneys come in. We're going to be talking to them about cooperating for the Contractors Trust Act. Now, once we turn stuff over to the DA, just so you know, we don't work with them like a detective. They're not allowed to. Once it goes to an investigation, we're out. But we provide them everything up front, and then they do their own investigation. We got a lot to talk about, so hang around. You'll hear about Dan and the Rocky Flats question. Lynn has something on selling a son's estate. Chris wants to talk about yet another contracting problem, and I'm happy to tell you that KH Home Solutions has a special for you. And K&H Home Solutions, the reason I love them, I've known them from day one. Well, they've been in business 62 years. I've known the old owner and then the new one from day one, the new owner, Ted Rowland. They have a sale going on right now. Listen, $6,200 off Everlast siding. Everlast is an incredible siding product. It has the color through and through. It's waterproof, color fast, and available in a palette of colors. It has a rich cedar finish and texture and a lifetime of durability. You will love this product. 303-421-7100. Make your own appointment at khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com.
She hadn't heard from you yet. She's from Friday. Scar's plumbing problem. You remember that one?
Yeah.
I told her I'd give you the message. We got to add David Salisbury to this.
We
did? Yeah, after all that stuff.
When does she have to get her jury?
We do that Tuesday. Trial starts on that Saturday. You pick the jury that morning, trial starts, 2-day trial.
No, I mean the jury instruction. You see it?
Yeah, she did a great job. I couldn't believe how well she did.
Okay,
Perfect.
let me ask
Well,
him
we
to
talked
mark that
about
off,
an hour and a half last night, so you're satisfied with everything?
I'm extremely satisfied. She is a smart cookie. I would not want her coming up against me. She's going to win this.
Babe, so are we going to just bring the girls with us tomorrow? Did you talk to Addie about it?
I'm going to do a contest with all of our customers to name our cave guy.
Oh, that's good.
Our mascot. We need to name him.
Captain Caveman.
Is that an ice cube on his head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember he'd go, Captain Caveman?
Yeah.
Who are you talking about, Mark?
Captain Caveman.
I've never heard of it, ever.
Oh my God, he was a Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Yeah.
He had a club and a cape.
And he could like kind of fly.
Yes,
Come
he
on,
could.
He
Tom.
wasn't very good.
No, I've never actually heard it.
That's really obscure. I remember now he held the club up.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
go like this
Yeah.
and he fly.
Yeah. No, I can't believe I've never heard
I
of it.
wonder if somebody's
Google
gonna
it.
put that in as a name.
Captain, you can't use it. I don't. I would.
We think a lot of people are gonna put in Rocky, but I don't think we can use Rocky because the Nuggets is Rocky.
Well, there's Rocky's Auto has that's Shagman.
Yeah.
Well, just for someone's name.
I think they can't patent Rocky.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to see what.
There's
happens.
people named Rocky.
Yeah.
What's Rocky's? What's that purple thing they have? What's that thing called?
Oh,
Dinger.
the dinosaur.
What a wussy.
So are you gonna put like a faucet in here? So I see.
I have a faucet, so if you
Oh, I like
if
the
you go
orange.
into plumbing,
Okay.
you're
Email.
gonna see each of our guys
Oh,
different
okay.
in
Okay.
different
I was just
things.
saying right up here and stuff. You got the fire for the heating.
That's
Yeah,
our original
that's our
logo.
original, so it'll
Okay.
stay that.
I
But
see.
now we have
Email
him.
Matt to update her.
Yeah, we have him in different scenarios
Gotcha.
now. We got him
So
with the
that-
light bulb for when we have run specials or different things or something like that. And, yeah,
Perfect.
What do you think of the website?
I like it. I like it. It's bright.
yeah,
So I like the orange. You know, it's like the.
yeah.
No, I like your logo. It's definitely unique. Not your logo, your- what do you call it, picture. Did you copyright him and everything?
We have it.
Oh, okay.
Do we need to?
No.
No.
That's a generic caveman. I won't worry about it.
Oh, is it? No, they put ice cube on his head.
Yeah, we did that because this is the heat and that's the air.
Right.
More experience than any other provider in the country.
So my dad had Bob Sewer Drain for over 40 years, and his was like kind of like a Flintstone guy, and then had an elephant where he was holding for the cleaning the drains.
What else does Tom need?
So that was pretty
Line
cool.
one.
So that's kind of where we got the idea from. It's kind of weird to think my dad was in the plumbing business, and here I am, married a guy that's HVAC, and now we're at plumbing. What I grew up with, you know?
We'll stick you out on in the field.
Yeah.
So you guys glad you went there today, or do you think it was?
Every part of it, Dan, is procedural. It's just hands-on. There's just nothing like it.
See, I never had seen that jury selection thing before.
Like every piece of it, when you go to court, is learning something.
There was a selection.
I'm sorry, the jury.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. You just heard a commercial about Centennial
About stem cells, stem cell therapy. And this is what you need to know, okay? Most stem cell clinics are ripping you off, okay? That's all I can tell you. Most of them are. Because the way the law is, you can't ship living stem cells, so the amniotic fluids do not have living stem cells, and the people pushing amniotic fluid are ripping you off. If you want living stem cells, you need them harvested from you. Now, I'm saying if you want to learn everything, if you don't even feel like going for it, you can go in for an evaluation easily, but if you don't feel like going to a doctor's office, if you want to join us at the Denver Marriott, Wednesday, April 11th, okay, this is just a few days from now.
Yeah, it's next week.
6:30 in the evening. Please call this number to reserve a seat. There is no charge and no obligation. We're going to answer every question. We're going to have the doctors from Centeno Schultz there, and we'll talk about stem cell therapy. Now, the Marriott at the Tech Center is 4900 South Syracuse. April 11th, 6:30. Now, you can call for details and call to reserve a seat at 303. It's other than their normal clinic, although the normal clinic would probably set you up to 303-429-6448. Any questions for you or a loved one, come on in, and you'll meet me. I'll be there. Mark will be there. 303-429-6448. 303-429-6448. That's really important. David Salisbury, you know, we've gotten 3 complaints about you. Not complaints, compliments. I'm sorry, David. 3 compliments about you in the last week. 3 on the air. They felt compelled to call and say what a nice guy you were. Seriously, I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, David. You did 2 trusts for me. You did a trust for Mark, And we use you. We really do. And people are, I think they're very surprised at how much you give in just a free consultation. It's crazy. So, David, you want to talk about something that came up on the show a few times, and I asked you to research that, and you knew the answers anyway, and I asked people to stay tuned. Dying and owning property in another state.
Tom, here's the problem. If you're a resident of Colorado, you die, and you have property in Colorado and another state, what will end up happening is you'll have to open a probate here, because that's where your residence is, and then you'll have to open one in the other state. And the reason for that is you may be appointed the personal representative here, but legally you're not the personal representative in another state. So the way to deal with that is to put all your property into trust before you die. That way, when you die, the trust owns all your property, not you, and therefore, since it's owned by the trust, there is no probate anywhere, not here, and it wouldn't be in the other state.
I love it.
So many people live here that have moved from other places. They've got property in Wyoming or Kansas or Nebraska, and those are the people who are the best candidates for doing a revocable trust.
I want to keep you on the air because Lynn wants to talk about her son's estate. And is that okay to stay on for a few minutes?
Oh, sure.
Let me give out your number for those free consultations. 720-493-3911. 720-493-3911. First, a couple of questions. I have an email, and it said, once you set up the trust, how do you actually fund the trust? I have a house. I have a business. I have a boat. How do I get that into the estate?
Well, you have to do it legally, meaning if it's a house, if it's real property, you actually have to prepare, sign, and record a deed transferring that house or other real property. Things like motorhomes and all those things, you know, if they're at the DMV, you go down there. If it's something that has some separate title, again, all those titles have to be done that way. If you have bank accounts, you need to change them into the name of the trust.
Now, does that trigger any kind of tax event?
No, not at all.
Okay. And is it weird? If I have a bank account and I have it in the name of my trust, I can still write checks and do everything normally?
All you're doing is you've got your individual hat on when you own it yourself. You put it in the trust. Now you control everything, but now you've taken off your individual hat and you put your trustee hat. You haven't lost any control. You can do anything you could do if you still owned it individually.
So Mark's investment account should be in a trust.
Correct.
What happens if you forget something small, like a little, you know, like a bank account you forgot you had that has like $1,000 in it or something? How does that work upon death?
Well, what happens is we have a statute that essentially it's a small estate statute. So if you're a state other than real estate, but using your example, Mark, if you have a bank account and all you have to do is prepare this short little affidavit where you say, you know, the assets are less than X amount of dollars.
No, David, I'm sorry. What I meant is you set up a trust for us, and we're getting everything into it. What happens if I forget to put something into that trust because I forgot to do it?
Well, then he says you might end up with a small estate.
And then
it doesn't automatically transfer into the trust at death?
No. It would be done through this little affidavit, and then once you got control over it, you would then transfer it into the trust. But you got to get it out of your individual name, and as long as it's under a certain dollar amount, you don't have to open a probate. You just do this 2-page affidavit. I do them all the time for people.
Oh, very cool. So no probate still?
No probate.
So does that mean it's good to have a trust and a will? Like, are those
you have a will, and because it deals with just what Mark's talking about. So if you die, you think you have everything in the trust, and you find out there's something that's not in there. What the will says is, okay, it's out of the trust. Put it in there now. So at the end of the day, the trust will own everything, and the trust document will say who gets what, when do they get it, and who handles things after I die.
Hold on. Lynn, you have a question about your son's estate. We have a line open at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Lynn, what's your question?
Yeah, Tom, I talked to David Salisbury on your show a few years ago.
What happened, first of all, with your son? Now, did you lose your son?
Yes, he died in 2013.
How old was he?
24.
Oh, my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and now I've been keep trying to settle this, and now that I have cancer myself, I'm determined to get this settled.
Now, Lynn, when you say you keep trying to get it settled, well,
when they called me, okay, it was Kroger Corporation.
Where did he die? In Colorado?
Omaha.
Omaha, Nebraska. What does he own? What is his estate when you talk about it?
It was a retirement savings account. I'm trying to get the proceeds from it.
Is that the only thing you have worried about right now, the retirement?
Yes.
Okay, and how much is in it?
I don't know. No one will tell me.
You don't have any idea?
No.
How long did he have it?
I don't know.
Okay, so then what are we talking about then? What do you need?
Okay.
You need to get this done. Was it ever transferred to you in the first place?
No. Kroger asked for a small estate affidavit, original death certificate.
Did you do it?
And the IRS EIN. I did it.
Okay.
I sent it to them. Then they called me and says, hey, we have a question before we can finish this. I have tried probably in the last year, probably 20 times. I've called them, and the only thing I get is an answering machine.
All right, hold on. We will have an answer. David, if you could hold on, let's try to help. That's what the show is all about, help. And one thing that people have written to me about is tinnitus, because I told them I have it. And I got my tinnitus treated at Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. I loved everything about these people, but you know what? I didn't like their office so much. I didn't. It was in an older building, and I am so happy that they're telling me they have a brand new facility. Dr. Patty and Dr. Lisa are top-notch, and now they have a beautiful facility as well. Go see them at 3601 South Clarkson, and it's Suite 220. It's in Inglewood, Clarkson and Hamden. Give them a call. They'll give you directions if you need it. But they have free test drives for hearing aids to make sure you get the right ones. So get an evaluation by all means. And then if you have tinnitus, they are by far the most advanced when it comes to treatments for tinnitus. And yes, tinnitus can be cured. They're giving $500 off a pair of digital hearing aids for their re-grand opening. Call them for more details. 303-534-0163. 303-534-0163.
Do you have a will and a trust? Like
you have to have
together?
Yes.
So like us being business owners and have kids.
Well, yeah, you have a will to say what to do with everything,
trust.
But well, you don't have to say what to do with the trust because trusts have a trustee. It's automatically stays in the trust. But you do have a will to say that you have trust.
A trust is good because it keeps your business going.
After you got your
business.
Well, yeah, you can keep your business going even without a trust, but it's totally uninterrupted. Everything is uninterrupted.
There's no probate.
There's nothing. It's the trust owned it before you die, and it owns it the minute after you die. It never changes hands. So instead of you, it's just whoever is the beneficiary of the trust takes over, or the director, or whatever you call the trustee.
Huh. Okay.
We better give David a call, huh?
Yeah. No, never mind.
And then you're totally covered. And then you don't need them. I mean, probate.
Well, we gotta update our will. We haven't done that in a long time, and we need to do that. So.
Just like you talked about stuff, because Dad has stuff in Arizona, we got stuff here. God, it's
That's
simplified.
The hardest part about the trust is like, if you both go,
Well, that's the
who's
plan.
managing the trust?
Half of the trusts are not
And
funded.
then you have to have a backup generally to that person.
Do you know half the people, they do it and they never transfer property?
It's a bitch.
It is a bitch. I have to do that too.
There's so many. Every
Yeah, I
bank
just
account,
don't want-
everything.
Yeah, I don't want my kids to have.
That's what the
What I don't like,
I don't want them to like fighting.
There
all
are a
this
lot of
stuff,
stupid people
you know.
at banks and stuff, Mark. That's what I tell you. And when you transfer your bank account and all that, they'll tell you, oh, well, you can't write checks anymore. They'll tell you stupid stuff like that, or sometimes you'll have a mortgage company say, well, you have to pay this off. It's due on death. Or you have banks that won't allow you to make deposits anymore. They're stupid. They're the ones that don't know about trust.
So many.
You're going to find it, Mark. You're going to find with an investment account, they're going to say, now, wait a minute. What do you mean you're transferring this? No matter how many times people have done it in the past, they always get confused by it. Always. Always. And they'll say things like, well, did you get approval? And they don't even know what they're saying. And they won't just let you transfer. You wait till you start doing it. It's crazy.
I know it is. So with the county transfer and everything, Adams County transfer and everything into the name of the thing, it would pop up 6 months later back in Dad's name again.
That's right. They don't know how to do it.
And they'd hit us with reporting fees again.
And they also think
I was going to jump into day trade, but
a lot of the lenders try to make it a due on sale thing, and it's not.
I've never been in there where I'm not amazed by how many people are in there.
Where?
Costco. It's mind-blowing.
I love Costco.
I love it too.
It's so. I like it for some things.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's like a toy store.
But I don't always have to buy 1,000 for something.
No.
Yeah,
true.
no, that's
you
true.
You can't go into Costco and walk out without way over $100, right?
Mark, Stephanie and I joke about going there for lunch.
Yeah, because it's $1.75. It can be really busy, and you still get through that line like
they're not bad.
fast.
They're not
what else?
bad.
I just hate
when
that
you
they
have one
never
item,
give
though.
you boxes that aren't cut open. I mean, why? There's never a box. It's always got the side cut out. Why is that? Why can't they just give you a box?
Yeah.
Because people were pulling stuff out of it.
No, I think it's because when they stock,
they make it efficient to get the stuff out of the box.
But if you look, all of the boxes have the sides cut out or something. You can never get something to really carry.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Boxes. And it's so hard to pack.
Do they have like the best parking ever?
I'll never go there again.
Right?
They have everything.
Oh man, not
the one over by Park Meadows.
It's horrible parking.
No, they have the biggest spaces.
Oh, the spaces.
That's
You're
what
right.
I meant.
You're right.
The
Right.
biggest
And you know what else?
spaces.
No, you're right.
The customers there. Oh my God. Did you notice there is a typical shopper for Walmart, a typical shopper for Costco, a typical shopper for Nordstrom? Look at all the.
I'm Nordstrom. But yeah, there is.
I think
agree
Costco
with you.
gets everybody.
It does get everybody, but.
So you're saying,
I'm saying
even
everybody
bums that have no money and are homeless.
You know what I found though?
Yeah.
At Costco, you buy things you don't normally buy.
That's
Can't
true.
get in though without the card.
Yeah.
I have found people buying things they don't normally
Blenders,
buy.
silverware.
You just buy it.
Well, of course.
I'll go in there and it's like a new
It's a toy
plastic,
store.
like the new plastic containers, and it's like, well, I might as well get these. They're $12, right?
Do you want to save money? Buy and build. Clint, I really want to hear this. You went for the first time. Why? Oh, well, you heard about it. So what were you looking for?
We're getting ready to redo a kitchen, and my wife and I went in there, and she found, oh, God, about half of what she was looking for.
And were you astounded by the prices?
Well, yeah. We got things, the downstairs, the flea market, it's just a little of everything down there.
It's crazy. And that's where they break the rules. They have things like guitar amplifiers and toys and collectibles. That's a different thing. That's the downstairs part. Their bargain basement. But then they have their normal, their plumbing. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
The plumbing fixtures, you will save 10 times what you would.
At least that.
And 10 over the big boxes. The same with electrical or light fixtures. You'll also find carpets and tile, and you find hardwood, and you find cabinets. Oh, they're beautiful. So if you want to go to buy and build, you can go or send your builder. They have a lot of professionals that shop there, and it's cheaper than wholesale. Buy and build. .net, 4800 Washington Street. So did you think it was a big, ugly warehouse?
Yeah, my wife said she wouldn't come down there at night, but...
But it really is a big, ugly warehouse, but it's filled with thrills. Not with frills, with thrills. Let's go to this call to get David Salisbury. By the way, it is buyandbuild.net. And I don't know if you need a phone number. You just go there, right? 4800 Washington Street. I guess if you wanted to call about a specific, let me give you this. If you wanted to say, hey, do you have this? I'll give you the number, okay? Here it is. It is 303-295-6022, 295-6022. So, Lynn, we're going to get you some help here. I'll have Deputy Clint start making some calls, but let's ask David if he has any suggestions. David Salisbury, attorney at law. Her boy died in his 20s, has a retirement account, probably not much in it, in Nebraska with Kroger, and she can't get any answers.
Well, Tom, here's the first thing. If there was a beneficiary on that account, and she was the okay. So what that means is they were going to pay. The only party they're going to pay that money to is his estate. So
I did a small estate affidavit.
Okay. Well, then they should honor that, but and you should be able to collect it. Why they're not letting you do that, I don't know. But I will tell you this: they may issue that check in the name of his estate, and if they do that, now you've got the issue of how do you cash that check. And if you're not appointed and there's no probate open and you're not appointed his personal representative, you may have an issue trying to cash that check.
Well, so I have a joint account with him still.
Okay, see whether they'll, when you get them to act, see if they'll write the check to you individually.
I can't get a hold of everyone.
All right, we're gonna, Lynn, hang on, and Lynn, we're going to leave a message that will get an answer. You hold on. Thank you, Deputy Clint, for taking that. Now, David Salisbury, if you need him, 720-493-3911. Let's go to Dan, who's been waiting a while. Dan, what's happening? Dan.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, what's happening, Dan?
Yeah, my wife got a settlement check from Rocky Flats for the people who lived in that area.
Right.
My simple question, is that taxable?
No.
So when we report it on our income tax filing, is there a special form?
No. Listen.
No.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something that I have to say. Because my attorneys, I've been in business, you know, I've been doing this for more than 40 years, and whenever people call about stuff, I have to say, now, of course, you must check with your tax professional. This is not tax advice. However, you're asking if it's taxable, and when this question has come up in the past, it has been no. When you get an insurance settlement for losses, you are theoretically being brought up to zero, therefore there is no gain. So, Dan, really the big answer is no, and you don't even have to file anything when it comes to that. You just don't, it's a non-event. You won't get a 1099 for it either.
So you don't report it as income or anything
How about punitive damages?
No, I don't wait, hold on. You know, somebody said something one time, Mark, about there might be parts of damages taxable. Eric said that one time, but I'm not sure which part. I'm not sure. So that's why you would check with a tax guy. But with Rocky Flats, no. Wes, what's going on with you? Wes, I'm Tom.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you very much for asking. What's going on?
Hey, I got to thank you for all the things you have taught us over the years. I've been listening to you since the 80s. When you're on Channel 4, you put yourself out there for us.
Thank you, Wes. I don't know what compelled you to call, but you know what? It makes my day. I get happy with this because, you know, we get our share of negativity, trust me. So thank you.
Trust me, because I had to file bankruptcy from a neck injury and I lost my contract and things for my business. And that family member and friend said, don't file bankruptcy. And here's Tom Martino saying, do it.
Yeah. No, there are times you need to. The law is there for a reason. There are times you need to. And listen, the reason they came up with the law, if you go back to the spirit of the law, well, first of all, it's biblical. It all goes back to biblical days where people were enslaved by debt and they had a chance to get out of slavery because they didn't feel it was right for the entire family to be enslaved. But then later on, it was an economic decision. Now, I get you, people. There are a lot of scumbags who charge up credit cards on purpose, screw people out of money on purpose, and go bankrupt. I hate it. I hate bankruptcy with that kind of stuff. I hate it. However, there are those who just need it. And it was originally intended for a fresh start so the one could start paying the many as opposed to the many paying the one. Let me explain that. When you get into serious debt and serious trouble, and there's a downturn in the economy, a death in the family, a divorce or something, and you start taking all of your money from the many and you're paying one or you're paying a few creditors to try to get them off your back, it was economically shown that if you, now this is providing people get a fresh start and learn from it, if you get a fresh start and then can then start spending money again to the many, that you then help, you know, instead of paying a few credit card companies, that you're now paying the many again. You're starting to buy a sweater, a pocketbook, you're starting to go on a vacation, you got a fresh start, and it actually stimulates the economy. So do with that what you want. But in any case, if you ever need help, man, I have never seen people better than Wink and Wink. They're good people. Husband and wife team, you know, and again, I just wanted to let you know about it because this guy just called, and I'll just give their number, 303-410-1720. So listen, we have a lot to talk about. Like, how do I remove a name from a trust? I think we might need to get David Salisbury back again. Okay, so let's try to do that. Get David back. And, you know, we talked about buy and build, and some people are doing some home improvements. And they said, what about granite? You say buy and build has granite, and then you say art of granite. Well, they're two different things. Buy and build does have granite. You can buy slabs. You can do, with buy and build, it's more of a do-it-yourselfer, or you hire people along with buy and build, and you kind of supervise things. It's not as hands-off as like the art of granite. With the art of granite, you call, and he'll give you a price on the phone for a completed job. You do nothing. He'll just come to the house, tear out hallway free, do the bathroom when you do the kitchen free. He'll do the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. And then he's a direct stone importer. It's a different animal altogether, but you will save tons of money. 303-386-5919, artofgranite.net. That's that, okay? So that's a different kind of thing when you want everything done for you, and he can do it in 1 to 4 weeks. But what I love about him the most is the way you can get prices on the phone.
Oh, it's a great place.
God, when we did our kitchen, it was hell.
You might not get exactly what you want because it's what's there is there.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff.
Go check that out.
Do you want that now as far as the Colorado food trucks, or?
You don't have to. I'm copying you in this email.
I got a folder downstairs.
Yeah, I'm copying you in this email, and then I want you to. Well, you'll see.
Yeah, we need to do that. Go check that out.
What's that?
That buy and build.
Oh yeah.
We just got a new office too.
It is
Upstairs and downstairs.
Told David that the question was.
Downstairs is everything.
Everything.
And it's like a flea market.
One day there's always next day there could be whatever.
Yeah, we're moving offices.
Thank you. Cabinets, all kinds of fixtures.
So that'd be great.
Commodes, sinks, vessel sinks.
And it all changes.
Never all the time.
Hey, Andy, will you guys give me this new thing? Do you have it without? So what we do is we grab it. I'll show you.
If ever you have to take over, I make tedious notes on the in-house stuff.
Yeah,
I work stuff in. Sometimes they just.
Well, that's what I was trying to do with if you kill Century. I was hoping you'd just throw their number out and it was done.
And it's something on there.
I have the new plumbing.
You follow?
Right. So you have it in like this orange. So like I say, I do that, and then I try.
In fact, that's all you got to do.
But I got this. I can't.
So we don't even got to give their number.
Okay, but however you want. If you want white, that's great.
But I like to.
I'll have Daff give you
Windows on my home in Strange House. So many.
I like your orange. I like that.
I love working.
I mean,
Yeah,
I love
well,
working.
we did our trucks like that. We did all the new wraps and stuff.
They carry it over to our website.
So you like buy and build? That's great.
Oh yeah.
Did you meet Courtney?
No, Courtney wasn't there, but there's another guy there that looks just like him. Great big
tall, ugly guy.
Oh yeah.
That works downstairs.
What's that?
That works downstairs.
Yeah.
They bargain downstairs. What do you mean? How about if I buy this whole case?
I mean, I love that. Bargain basement is crazy.
Yeah, saw a lot of stuff in Mark that those big medicine cabinets have like 4 mirrors in them and the pop outs and things with oak frame and everything. My wife needed 2 of those, and
I got a call. When can he start the bathroom?
$90 for the pair, be okay?
Right after
$300 a piece anywhere else.
he's working, I think, for Bonnie this week.
Give me his number. I gotta call him.
There's an open
It'll be great. And I'll give him access.
Yeah, and he's already looked.
You gotta
Yeah,
go check that out.
he knows right where it is.
A
Man.
lot
He
of
met me over
stuff
there.
in boxes is hard to figure out.
He doesn't know the codes.
What's there.
Where do they put their stuff?
It won't matter. I mean,
Rail cars
So how did
show
you
up.
get into what you call Nathan meet you?
no, it's funny. You know, we had the code and everything. We
But
just
you could walk through the gate.
Handicap locks.
yeah, we walked through the gate, but
Walk down the
he made it sound like it'd be really tricky to get there. My GPS actually brought me up that little road.
It brought you up that hill?
That little
What did you
fucking
put
road.
in your GPS?
Just the address.
But
Of my hangar.
But it was hard, so listen, how we got to the hangar is we just pulled up FaceTime on Apple, and we walked while Nate was telling us where to turn.
and some
Wasn't that cool?
boxes.
But it's just the last hangar road.
Yeah.
That little building.
Guys,
Yeah, it's a cute little
loading
thing.
packs, their trucks.
I had the floor done. You can see it?
Here, you ready for his number?
Wow.
Yeah, but I'm gonna put it in. No,
Interesting place.
Call him real soon though, because
Not the greatest neighborhood.
he works
You'll see.
Thursdays, Fridays.
It's like that.
No, I'm going to. I'm gonna put it in.
Still fly helicopters, Tom?
Oh yeah. I love my helicopter.
Never flies.
It's Bobby.
You know, maintenance is always.
Hawaii was, we just got back in September. That's the first time we went up in a helicopter.
Where were you?
Maui. And then I went up in,
Kauai.
in Kauai. Kauai was incredible. But now, you know, we're getting ready in August to go to Alaska. But now, you know, you hear all those helicopters.
Oh,
Now I get nervous again.
How are you going? Are you flying up or are you taking
Cruising.
inland?
You know what?
Cruise?
There is no doubt.
Yeah, the inland cruise.
There is no doubt that.
That's great.
First of all, most helicopter accidents are non-fatal and they're close to the ground. You don't often have fatalities and fatal deaths. You do, but and I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean,
Well, each one you see.
They don't have that high.
Okay, ready?
Man. I mean, because we practice engine out all the time.
Yeah.
720-270-2739.
How long ago did you get your pilot?
270-2739.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Joseph A. Lazara. He's an attorney at law for idiots. No, I'm just kidding. If you get a DUI, you kind of are, because you can avoid it. All you have to do is call Uber or Lyft or get a designated driver. You know, opening day is tomorrow. And that's if they say God willing and the sun shines, because it's supposed to be crappy weather. He gets a ton of calls after opening day because people are drinking. And then the cops show up and you're done. So please remember that. Now, why do I give a defense attorney if I tell you that? Because even if you're guilty, it will, you know, you need somebody to go through that system with. And of course, if you're falsely accused, you definitely need someone. Joe Lazara. L-A-Z-Z-A-R-A. LazaraLegal.com, 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. So, Tony wants to know how to remove a name from a trust. Is that right, Tony?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Tony, with a trust document, are you removing the beneficiary or a trustee or what? What are you removing or what are you changing?
What we'd like to change is my wife has two sisters. One passed away a year ago in Texas, and the other one's here. It's in all three of their names, equal share. But we've been paying all the taxes, doing all the upkeep, doing all that, and they don't want anything to do with it, but they won't sign it over.
Well, then you can't. Okay, this is a totally different thing. This trust, then, the three of these siblings are beneficiaries. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. Now, who gave these three that trust?
Their parents.
And in that trust, what is requiring contribution?
It really doesn't say. It just says...
No, I mean, what are you paying? You're saying you're paying their share. What are you paying?
Well, we pay the property taxes.
Okay.
We pay for upkeep.
So there's... what does the trust own?
The trust owns just about 7 lots of property and a house, an outbuilding.
Okay. Now, if you do an accounting for this trust, as you should be doing, it shows who pays what, okay?
Okay.
And they don't disinherit their piece if they don't pay. Nothing, unless the trust is written that way, the trust prevails. So, does the trust say each will contribute their fair share toward whatever? If it doesn't, and most likely it doesn't, then what happens is, in this trust, when it is divided or settled, they will simply do the books, and you will get back what you put in, and then they will get less. And then there's another way of handling it too. Hold on, and we'll come back to you, and we'll talk more. And, of course, our guest with Rock Heating and Air on our referral list will be here as well. Stick around, and you'll find out more about consumer problems, questions, and complaints, and get help.
Have you still not refinanced your...
Over your freaking background check that has a mistake on it.
Oh, it says that you were, it says that you were arrested for something that you weren't.
Yeah, well, it says there was a restraining order for something that never happened. I was at Adams County Court today and got it cleared up, but I got to get it off my record.
So you didn't have the restraining order?
No, that judge never issued it. The thing showed it was there, but he didn't believe it. Which is right. So I got to use another referral member today.
He's busy. He's busy.
Yeah, but he was so helpful.
There's 2 Century RVs on here.
Yeah, there's 2 Century RVs.
So I'll have to do another one.
There's 2 on there?
Yeah.
There shouldn't be 2.
Try to take it off?
Let me see it.
Well, he just has one.
Oh, on that.
There's 2 plumb lines too, right?
Why would we have missed one?
And I didn't do any of them.
We wouldn't have missed one.
Thank you for reminding me.
I mean, they might have put a makeup in there. Just do it. Yeah, just do it. If I say don't do it.
The list is how many advertisers you got to plug?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's paid spots, but we don't do them like regular. As you know, you see how we work them in? Yeah. That's what we try to do. It really does work well.
It's unclear at this point how many National Guard soldiers would be called up to go to the border, but we do know.
Shells up $2, Mark.
So they're working on the site, Mark, because it wasn't, Mark, the site was not re-indexing new shots that I put up for the categories. Once I tried to substitute pictures, it showed that it substitutes our logo saying the file is missing. He said it's a bug, that we found a bug, meaning the first time you upload an image, it works. If you try to substitute that image, it doesn't.
Are they fixing it?
Yeah. I got a hold of Mikey, but I'm going to show you our new list here. I'm going to show it to you. I want to. It's absolutely beautiful. Here's the front page, and it's why am I doing a tutorial? How do I go to?
How many trucks you guys got?
Oh, here, I'll just go. This is the back.
8 now? We just ordered another one.
Wow. Holy cow, you guys are getting big.
Oh, it's already re-indexed. So
yeah, we've really grown.
Have you
So one of my questions was, I don't know how when you break out the list and everybody's got their reviews.
I don't know.
Bring other reviews in there besides
I think
the
it's still the same. We still do the South Metro Denver area. Pretty much all what we do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's totally different. So let's go.
The road and then overcorrected, causing the bus to turn over.
And then,
so you don't go up to Fort Collins.
Severe, but many are being treated.
We don't go anywhere north of Hampton. But if it's slow, we do. Right?
What am I saying?
Well, we get that all the time.
There, look at that. So now, let's just go, and then I'll see.
Yeah.
So here,
I'm trying to find. I thought I had it still on my email that I could forward you the new logo.
Mark, on this thing, I have Ron here to site. Does it say how many? How does it do reviews? Where do you read the reviews?
Is he pulled up?
Yeah,
So that's good.
I don't see repeat.
Based on your job requirements.
Maybe they haven't been imported.
No, they've been imported.
Is that where you just click on the star here?
Yeah, Chris, I if I grab off your website.
How many did you have on the old site?
52 or something like that.
That's odd because normally.
Like the sweet
Usually,
smell
I
of
don't
a garden in
know.
Well, let's take another.
It's almost like his didn't come over.
Right.
Or discovering
Here,
the
somebody
biggest brands
else.
and fragrances from
Mr.
him and her
Estelle or
at Bell's.
somebody. Anybody.
We are your hometown store for all the newest trends in cosmetics and colors, not to mention the latest innovations in skincare that will leave you glowing. And all, of course, at great prices every day. Fresh styles, big savings, and fun perks every day.
Maybe
Bell's,
Mike's got them
little
turned
bits
off right now, but they should all be there.
everything.
See,
Bell's is
his Yelps are
family.
there.
Offer exclusive supply.
I don't know. Let me
I hate Yelp.
Something's going on globally.
Do you answer any stuff?
Well, we want to bring
I
over.
do.
Is there a way to bring over?
I know that a lot of.
No, they were there. They were already there.
Yelp.
Yelp
When
will,
you're in the
your Yelp
business
reviews will be there too.
And you're dealing with Yelp
Will
as,
all
as
reviews be
business,
there?
it's really bad. It's really
Not
bad.
Google, no. Just
Yeah,
Yelp,
different
Yelp
things
and
that
our
they
local.
have.
I don't know,
100
because
good
Google
reviews.
doesn't share.
And then a week later.
And they put that one, yeah, they use that kind of crap. I don't understand
Look at the
why.
email I sent.
$39. Wake up and there's no heat, or he hear. Okay, let's see.
Elon's right. I can't remember everything.
They are easy though.
We
Well,
really,
we
really
have customers that
strive to
leave
do that.
reviews on Yelp, and they don't. It doesn't meet their criteria. They think we coerced it or something like that, so they drop it down to the bottom where they can see it.
Yeah,
Most
Yelp is
contractors we
just a
talk to, they
pain.
hate Yelp.
They could just knee-jerk over something that they could have talked to you about,
Mark,
probably
when
get it
you
worked
say
out, and then
make
come back off either.
So, look, when you gave me that email and you have major mentioned twice, or is that redundant? The one on the bottom is the one on the top. You're just restating it.
No, it's the difference. Currently, it's one number.
No.
I'm already on something else. Let me see what you're saying.
I got a question for you guys. Are you looking for people? And the reason I'm saying is we get calls
All the time.
all the time, and they'll
Oh, yeah,
send in your
just
website, would
total.
you like it? Or
TSN total,
They're,
these two added up.
Especially now that we've added on plumbing,
really
in about a year, we're gonna,
That's really
or
what I
so we're
do.
definitely gonna need that, and HVAC people, we are always hired, always trying to do interviews and hire, yeah.
Really? So they don't have to have their journey relationship, you'll train them, or you want people with.
We will train, we prefer to train.
Good. No, we'll get that email, because we do get.
That would be great, yeah. Chris prefers to get
Yeah,
people
we-
that
No, wait. We're
almost
sitting
like
in,
maybe they have a little bit of knowledge, but then we can train
And he said,
and
hey,
mold
will
them
you
how
do
you
me out
want
there?
them. When you get ones that have a lot of experience, they come from,
They
it's
don't
very
want
hard to change.
he says
And
it's
so
about
then you
time
deal
we
with
all
that
talk
as
about it.
owners, and so for us,
I
we
mean,
have
there
a
was
lot
definitely,
of,
I'm not saying
kind of
heavy
the
pressure,
millennials,
something's cooking.
even though they're more difficult, but we're really able to
Why don't you email them
train
and say, let's have it, set a meeting, let's just set a meeting.
Yep.
No, what if they don't want to
You have to find welders.
What?
Yeah.
They've lost all their instructors.
Well, we know a lot of our girls, we're part of the STI group.
Get them.
Are they
That's where they-
Well, I mean, I can't use, yeah, ideal.
Source for them.
HVAC,
I know we have one over here.
electrical, and plumbers.
Oh, I'm sure they're there, I don't know what they're doing there. But, I mean, I told them, you know, our main thing would be the revenue needs to be at least replaced at minimum.
People are paying for classes.
Martino, the
I mean, this might be an
troubleshooter.
issue.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, and I welcome you to the show. This hour brought to you by Plumline Services for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. At Plumline, they will do free second opinions on any major repair, especially they love drains. 93 are free on that. If they can't get your drains fixed for 93 bucks, the call will be free and they'll give you a full written report. They have their own drain division, their own backhoes, their own people working drains and drains alone. They do not subcontract out anything when it comes to drains, which is pretty cool. So, free second opinions on furnace replacement, hot water replacement, heater, or if you're told you need a panel change, or you have something with your drains. And then don't forget the 93 are free with drains. Now that's different than the free second opinion. Also, they have the $149 special for electric, find, fix, or free. They will spend whatever time it takes to find out what's wrong with your problem electrically and fix it with parts for that price. Now, if it turns out to be a major problem, and you'll see why, they're going to give you a written report and you'll pay nothing. They won't expect a dime. But if nothing else, for $149 though, you get either it fixed or you get a complete report and diagnostic free. And with electrical, that's can take a lot of time. So 303-586-1086. That's plumlineservices.com. 303-586-1086. Today we are talking about anything you want to talk about. All you have to do is call us at 303-713-TALK. Tony wants to know how to remove a name from a trust, but I think it goes farther than that. Tony, I think it's a conflict in the trust, like you're not paying your fair share. And, you know, most trusts need to address this. David Salisbury is not available right now for this call, but we do know in general how these things are handled, and we'll talk about it. But, Tony, here's the deal. When you have simply a name being removed from a trust because they deceased or something's different, that's a matter of simply filing paperwork and recording it with the trust. But if you have 3 or 4 members or 2 members of a trust and there is a disagreement because someone is not paying their fair share, unless that trust calls for that, and you see, this is where people, they really don't plan ahead. In a trust, if you left real estate and they decide to own the real estate, and that real estate requires contribution for maintenance and upkeep, the question is, what happens if one member of the trust doesn't pay their fair share? Well, they can look at their trust and say, it says I own 1/3 of this. It says nothing about upkeep, and I'll bet you it doesn't. So they're not violating the trust. There's no violation.
No, it doesn't say that.
Okay, so you have a problem if they don't voluntarily offer to pay, then you have a problem. But the problem is easily remedied. The trust has bookkeeping. The trust has books. So all you have to do is settle the books one day. That's it. You'll get your money back when you settle. It'll simply show your account and the other 2 accounts, and it's akin to a capital account with a partnership, except it's not a capital account. In a partnership, whether or not you have an agreement, general partnership law says that capital accounts are settled and then you divide the rest. So that's what will happen. What is the plan of the trust anyway? How long will they keep this house and the 7 lots?
There's nothing in there up until my mother-in-law dies.
Okay. How many people are in the trust? 3, right?
3, yes.
So your wife and her 2 sisters?
Yes, and one of the sisters is deceased.
And so the one not paying their fair share, obviously. Well, what do you do? Wait, where does the deceased partner's share go?
To her heirs.
Okay. Are they not paying, or is it the other one not paying? Who's not paying?
No, but we're the only ones paying.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to keep track of it. And have you asked them to pay?
Yes, and it just gets heated conversation.
Well,
they refuse.
But they do understand that this is needed, right? I mean, what if everyone stopped? What would happen? Is it being rented out? Who lives in the house, Tony?
My mother-in-law.
What do you mean your mother-in-law?
Yeah, my mother-in-law lives in the house.
Wait, so the parents gave these kids the trust before death?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know.
Wait a minute. The mom is still living there and still owns the house. It's not an irrevocable trust, is it?
No.
Well, then the mom should be paying this. I take this back. What you told me was not what I thought. This is totally different. You're basically loaning money to your mother-in-law. I mean, you're paying her expenses. It's not an expense of the trust. You're not going to get reimbursed. I take back everything I said because I didn't get the whole story. Here's what you have. You have a woman living in her own home, and that home is not yet the trust home. Well, it is the trust home, but it's not the beneficiary's home. So anything you do to upkeep and pay for that house, it's not a responsibility of the trust. It's a responsibility of the woman. You're loaning her money.
Okay.
So you need to talk to her. You need to say, hey, mom-in-law, you know, the other kids aren't helping. We can't just support you. You're going to have to pay us back. Does she have any money?
No.
Well, then, Tony, you better work it out, because the way it stands right now, you're not going to get reimbursed from the trust, not unless the other sisters let you. Because right now, that woman is living in her home. And so, give me an idea. You pay her property taxes. Did she ask you to?
No, we just, the property was quick claim deeded to all three sisters.
To the sisters or into the trust?
It said on the paperwork I have, it says quick claim deed to the three sisters.
Okay, Tony, you guys did everything. Then you don't even have a trust. Where did you get an idea you had a trust?
I don't know. I don't know how it all works.
Okay, let me explain what happened from what you're telling me. First of all, why did they quit claim it to the sisters?
I think for purposes in case they had to go to a rest home or something like that.
Well, when did they do it?
2011.
Okay. Well, you know, that part was smart, because if it was done more than 5 years ago, then it's not going to count against them. So that part was smart. It was. I was going to say they absolutely wiped out any tax benefits completely, because by doing that, they inherited the original basis of that home. So whatever your mom-in-law paid for that house, that's what the three siblings have inherited. They don't get the new stepped-up basis. That means in the future, if they sell the house, they're going to have massive tax consequences compared to doing it the right way. And doing it the right way would have been a beneficiary's deed. With only one house, you don't need a trust. It would be a beneficiary's deed. Now, here's the problem, though, with a beneficiary's deed. If they had to go into a nursing home, they would have counted the house equity against her. Is the house paid for?
Yes.
Okay. How much is the house worth?
$125,000.
Okay.
Maybe.
So if the house counted against the mom, going into, they would expect her to pony up $125,000 before being eligible for any kind of aid for a nursing home. So you didn't entirely screw up. You know what I mean by transferring it over years ago, because it passes the 5-year test. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So that part's not bad. However, because they did it this way, there was no partnership agreement. There is no trust. So now, if you are paying the expenses, you're paying the expenses.
Right.
The only way you're going to get reimbursed is if they want to reimburse you. There's nothing to compel them to do it. You could make an argument that under Colorado partnership law, and by the way, Colorado has a partnership law. It is invoked in the absence of other partnership agreements. For example, if Mark and I get together and do a deal, and we don't have a partnership agreement, the laws of Colorado partnership will take over. And the laws of general partnership say simply this: all capital accounts will be settled, and assets will be sold, and the rest will be split. So you could make an argument that you are operating under the partnership laws of Colorado. I assume they're in Colorado?
Yes.
Okay. Therefore, upon the sale of the home, you're going to divide the profits after being reimbursed. But Tony, all they have to do is protest that, and you're in court.
Yeah.
So really, your family should have called David Salisbury. You guys just tried to do stuff your own way, and you did it all wrong. I mean, there should have been a partnership agreement.
I agree.
Now, will your mother redo the... Well, if she can't, because it belongs to the three of you. I can't. So this is screwed up. Tony, you're just going to have to keep paying. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Okay.
Or have the mom-in-law talk to her daughters.
Yeah, she has. It don't do any good.
Wasn't there 7 lots you said was attached to that house?
Yeah. Well, why don't? What if he can't sell those lots on his own? You know what you could do? Under partnership law, are those lots attached to the house or separate?
Attached to the house.
Meaning they can't be separated.
Well, I'm not sure.
Are they actual lots?
Yes.
Are they separate deeded lots? Did they?
No, it's all one deed.
Okay, then it's not. Okay, yeah. Okay, Tony. Good luck to you, man. But right now, your original question: how do you remove a name from a trust? There is no trust. You can't remove a name. You can't do anything. You're stuck with 2 other people on this house. Good luck. I mean, good luck. I don't know what you're going to do. One of them, okay, I know what you're going to do, Tony. You said the one is deceased. Who is speaking for the deceased one?
Her oldest son.
Is the oldest son a jerk?
No, they're not bad kids.
Would the oldest son allow you to have his voting proxy?
Probably not.
Okay.
But what if he would?
You could tell him this. I won't come after you for a dime. I won't do anything. But if you give me your proxy for voting your partnership interest, because you're going to claim it is indeed a partnership,
okay,
with the establishment of a quick claim deed, then you can say, all I want, John, let's call him John. John, okay, all I want is to be reimbursed for the money I'm putting in, not a dime more. So okay, if you give me your voting proxy, I would like to establish a rule in this partnership, and I would like to pass this amendment saying that in addition to the rules and laws of the state of Colorado for partnership, then I would say we also agree to settle capital accounts and investments before distributing profits. Again, I'm not giving you what to do because that's legal advice. I'm saying I would pursue that, and you want to talk to an attorney about it. I went overtime on that, but it's a serious issue. So I want to introduce our guest, Rock Heating and Air. They've been on my referral list for a long time, and we love to have them in. And guys, feel free, Chris and Amy, to chime in. You can always find Rock on a referral list at referrallist.com, along with many fine contractors. And Century RV we talked about earlier. Somebody just emailed me. Where did Mark get his RV, and did he really buy it there? Yes, he did. And they wanted to know, Mark, do they take trades at Century RV?
Yeah, I'm sure they take trades. They got used stuff all around there if you want used. In fact, I think they have the largest used inventory in the state.
Okay, so if you're looking for Century RV, it's centuryrv.com. It's on 6th Avenue. No, actually, just north of 6th, right? It's not actually on 6th. Is it like along Frontage Road?
It's right along a Frontage Road.
Yeah, between Kipling and Sims next to Woodley's. That's the indoor facility, 32,000 feet.
Tons of fifth wheels on that location.
Okay, and then up north on the 119 turnoff to Longmont and I-25, you have Century RV with new and used and a service department.
And big RVs.
Yeah, and a service department, centuryrv.com.
Mess. So bad for him.
When do you want to meet with Tim?
Gotta go get her done.
Well, can I just set something up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you even say to that?
I know. I literally feel your angst. I literally feel it.
I don't like mixing.
I feel it too.
I don't like mixing long-term relationships with good people.
Well, who does? Nobody. It's a very unique situation, no matter how you look at it. It's never been done in any market that I know of.
Why do we have Trenner Law? Oh, that's yesterday. Sorry. That's my scrap paper. You talk like my mother. That's how she said the days of the week. Tuesday, not Tuesday, Wednesday. She would say Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday.
Hey, look up. Punitive damages are taxable.
Punitive are, yeah. Yeah, casualties are not.
Oh, what's that? Punitive?
Yes, they got some.
Yeah, if you think about it, that's logical because it's not making you whole. It's
Yeah, if you're more than
yeah, it's not making you whole. It's just punishing them.
That's the damage the judge imposes on somebody for punishment, and you get
Just because it's egregious. Yeah. But if you're just,
you don't have a loss.
but if you get a casualty loss like value, but even if you didn't lose it, if they deem it a casualty loss, like, hey, will you take this to go away? Yes, that's a casualty loss.
When you talk to a lawyer there, Tom, sorry.
Loss of income is taxable
It seems
too.
like it's going the whole way.
No, yes, because you didn't take, if
Yeah,
you
they're
didn't
fighting
claim that
it.
income.
So
That's
it's so
interesting,
far.
loss of income.
Yeah, because you would have been paying the tax.
Well, who do you
Yeah, but you don't pay payroll.
I-25.
That's why a lawyer out there got
Whatever, I don't even know what the countersuit was.
10 grand, but they might, if they lose, they can get lawyer fees. It says in that contract.
What are you talking about?
They slapped him. They bitch slapped him. That was a slap suit. In fact, they did one better. You realize they jumped it. They could have went to county. They dumped, or what is it?
County district.
Yeah, they jumped it right to district.
Because of procedural. They wanted to stump them in procedural.
Well, of course. That's
And
what,
they
to
went
me,
with the
that's a
jury
slap
too.
suit.
They went with the jury too.
Which was dumb.
Wait, they asked for a jury, which is crazy.
That was the dumbest
Because they
thing.
did it, I'm sure, because if she was to get a lawyer, then, a jury trial is always.
We met his lawyer today, and I'm sure his first day is tomorrow.
And they get to throw five. Each of them gets to throw five away during a jury picking.
What's the case about you guys are dealing with?
Just a contractor, literally, she went, basically roofing and siding, hailstorm, and she goes to Mexico, comes back, he's got bums living in there. But ultimately what happened was he just did damage. I mean, he didn't even do anything. It was horrible. Horrible.
When you look up from the...
We didn't even believe the story until we saw it for
Oh, it was
ourselves.
worse than what she.
When they stripped the roof, all the debris is in the attic.
Half the decking's missing.
And you can see
There's gaps
shingles
like sunlight.
underneath. Great big, and you have to receive the shingles. There's no wood.
Oh my God.
It's just,
Seems like you see that a lot in people just don't do their job.
no.
Like, why is that?
Well,
I don't understand how people can like sleep at night when they do stuff like that.
wrong.
It's their business, right?
In the long run, yeah.
and then they sub everything to like this group of homeless guys. Hey guys, come on, move in the house. We can do that.
Oh, it's
They
horrible.
literally took siding that was good in the back and moved it up to the front and moved the bad stuff in front to the back.
Where do you find people like that?
Yeah.
I-25 roofing and restoration.
We get them every week.
It's just horrible.
It is.
Then when
Just
she,
what to use the referral list,
yeah,
right?
then when she tried to go
I even know
after them,
people in our industry where they get these guys, they send them out, and you're dealing with something that can eventually kill people with carbon monoxide. You need to know what you're doing. And it's just, I don't know, it's just sad anymore out there. People just don't take pride in their work anymore.
you know what's going to end up happening? In Arizona, my son's a contractor, and it takes 8 years to get a contractor's license in Arizona.
Really?
Because older people get ripped off. They've made it so difficult down there. He's a general contractor to get it. But it was because of crap like this.
Yeah.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Rocky's Autos, 63rd and Federal, for used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans. If you need something, go to Rocky's, and most likely you'll find it, but shop around. Here's the deal. Rocky's is so confident they put all their prices straight up. They have all their prices clearly marked, along with a Carfax in every car, and they own every single car. They want you to shop and then come to them. Get your trade-in value, get everything. Shop the difference if you're shopping a trade-in, nothing else, just the difference. And then go to Rocky's Monday through Friday 9 to 7 or Saturday 9 to 6. It's Rocky'sAutos.com, 63rd and Federal, 303-426-4646. 303-426-4646. Let's go to our follow-up here. I think it's a follow-up, isn't it? Chris? What's going on, Chris? Are you there? Okay, so Chris is not there. We'll just move on. and I'll talk to Kathy. Kathy, what's happening with you, Kathy? Kathy, hello?
Kathy?
Hi, yes, it's you. What's happening, Kathy?
I bought a car in July from the Sharpest Rides.
Okay.
And
now, we've gotten complaints from Sharpest Rides quite a bit. I would say more than average for their size. And so when did you buy the used car?
In July.
Okay.
1st.
What's the problem?
We keep bringing it in every other week.
Why?
First it was the transmission.
But why? Well, hold on. Let's go back to buying a used car. It's
Okay.
Is it as is, dear?
Yes, it was.
So why do you expect them? And again, I really mean this. Why would you expect them to fix it if it was as is? Now, I'm not saying that should be a license to cheat people, but many times we open ourselves up for that when we don't check out a car. You say you bringing it in every other week. Are they fixing it?
Well, I bought the extended warranty through them.
Okay, well then that's different. You bought an extended warranty, and can you only go to them for it?
Correct.
Oh, really? Okay. So under the extended warranty, were the things covered that you had wrong?
Most of them were.
Good. Did they fix the problems?
No.
Why?
I don't know, because I get it back, and then it's the same problem that it's not worse.
Really? So what do they say about it? Well, at least they're attempting, or are they? Are they actually attempting to fix it? I want to ask you something, Kathy. Do you need to attend to your little one? I'll come back to you if you want.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Okay. I just didn't. I didn't know if you were being distracted. So, on the car, what kind is it?
It's a 2008 Hummer H3.
Okay. Now, what is the main problem you're calling about that they can't fix or don't fix?
Well, it's in there right now, and I have to jump it every morning.
Okay. It won't
and
start.
Yes, and they said that there's nothing wrong with it, and I bought a new battery and a new alternator.
Well, you shouldn't have to jump it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And they say there's nothing wrong with it.
Correct. And I've been trying to call them to get information from them.
Yes.
And they won't give me, or they'll give me, they'll push me around and say something.
What do you mean, what do you mean push you around? What do you mean? That's
I feel like they're not giving me the truth.
Okay.
Because, well, whenever I call them and ask an update for it, they're like, well, I'll call you back in 30 minutes.
Okay, Clint,
I never get a call back.
Okay, let's just have Clint call down there for you. Listen, you're not the only one with problems with Sharpest Rides, but have they ever fixed a problem? Let's just start there. Did they ever fix any problem?
Not really.
Not really. What does that mean? Give me the first problem you took it back for.
My power steering went out.
So you don't have any power steering still. They never fixed it.
Well, it worked for like a month, and then it's back down there. It's been down there for 2 weeks now.
Wait, so that's what it's in there for now?
That and having to jump it every morning.
Okay. What else other than those two problems?
Oil leak.
I don't think that's covered under warranty, but because
I don't know either.
I'm pretty sure. How bad is the oil leak?
Well, I have to put oil in it every other week.
Did you get this car checked out by anyone before you bought it?
They said it was checked out.
No, not they. No. Come on, Kathy. They said it was checked out. Come on. Didn't it occur to you to take it to somebody to have it looked over?
Yes, I should have.
Okay.
I'm shocked they didn't tell her all the problems with it before she bought it.
Yeah, right. Power steering, electrical system, oil leak. What else?
The transmission is skipping.
Oh, God.
The shocks. And that's pretty much all it's been there.
What did you pay for this?
$16.
I don't know if that's horrible. Why everybody gasp?
A 2008 Hummer? Well, no, not for that. What's
How
that?
many miles?
100. I bought it with 130.
Actually, that's that little Hummer. I'm thinking of the big Hummer, too.
130,000. Okay, listen, Kathy, I don't really know. First of all, if you have a warranty, it's almost not. I can tell you the things it's probably not going to fix: the shocks, the oil leak. Probably not anything, because they're going to say it was pre-existing. I fear.
If we paid for them to fix it out of our own pocket.
Wait, did you?
Yes, we paid $1,000 into them.
Why have you paid $1,000? Why do you keep? Why did you pay them $1,000 if you had a warranty? Did they tell you it wasn't covered?
Because it wasn't. Yes.
Okay, so basically, was anything covered under warranty?
Maybe the power steering, I think it was.
Okay, warranty. So everything else they charged you for?
Correct.
Okay. Deputy Clint, can you see if we can get these guys to address this? People, you know, just based on what I've heard with Sharpest Rides, I wouldn't go near the place. Now, I think Kathy...
We've had our share.
Yeah, and they're not that large. And I have to tell you, man, these problems are always the same. And it just doesn't seem like a good place to go. It just doesn't seem like a place I want to do business. So let's call them. I don't even know what to say. Used cars, get them checked. Get them checked out, please.
Tom, I've been a listener for yours for 20-plus years, and you say this every day just about get a used car checked out. I don't know why people don't do it.
I don't know why either. And again, I don't want to sound like a broken record. That voice was Chris, Sean Rock. Chris and Amy are here from Rock Heating and Air. They've been a long time on the referral list. Stem cell therapy, we talked about the seminar, and I want to remind you that you can go to the seminar, or if you're ready, if you are truly ready for getting stem cell therapy, just call the clinic directly. And that's Centeno Schultz for stem cell therapy, Centeno Schultz. They are the first clinic to ever do stem cell therapy in a clinical setting. They have a massive data bank of people they've treated for hips, backs, shoulders, hands, knees. They have repaired most every ACL tear that has come to them, instead of surgery, just with stem cell. Now, some things can't be stem cell treated, but they have other, or they're not good candidates, and they won't waste your money. They'll tell you, but they have other options because they're MDs. They have PRP and other therapy. Call for more information, okay? And if you want to go to that seminar they're having, and Mark and I will be there and we'll answer all your questions, do that too. Call this number, though, for a medical evaluation, 303-963-9202. 303-962-920. Oh, I'm sorry, 9201 I said. I hope I said that. Now, let me get that straight. 303-963-9201, 963-9201.
Unfortunately not.
And it has helped a lot of people.
Hey, pull up the site again.
Well, you've got yours done, right, Tom?
You've done stem cells?
No, I went and got the amniotic fluid, okay? Not living stem cells. They hoodwinked me saying it's stem cells. It wasn't. They did. But it did improve.
Well, they were dead stem cells.
Well, they had living, they did have growth factors. The amniotic fluid is not totally useless. My theory, but PRP. But yeah, it's about as useful as PRP. But if you're going to do that, you should be charged for that, not for stem cell. Stem cell is very expensive. I was charged the price of a stem cell, but you didn't get it.
Do you believe in stem cells?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's not going to work for everything. Now my treatments actually improved my symptoms. I have to be honest about it, but they weren't even stem cells. I didn't even have stem cells.
I suffer from really bad neck. My neck is just...
You know what's good about Centeno
I've
Schultz?
had injections on both sides.
You ought to come to our seminar. But, you know, you had injections of cortisone, right? Yeah, don't keep doing that because that deteriorates the joint over long run.
What does?
It's cortisone.
Oh, shit. Plus you can fuck yourself up.
Yeah, so here's the thing. You don't feel
But
pain.
it's constant.
Centeno Schultz, Dr. Centeno, if he doesn't feel it will help, they won't do it. They'll just say, you know, we don't think. Or they'll say, we've had about a 30%. They'll tell you that it could be life-changing. I mean, you go other places, they're going to do it no matter what. That's the best part about Centeno Schultz, is that they'll tell you, hey, it's not going to work, or we haven't had much success. Some people are so desperate they say do it anyway. But you don't always get improvement.
Yeah. The first injections on this side, I definitely got improvement. And then just
Well, what is your
recently,
diagnosis?
I had it on this side.
What is it? What's your diagnosis?
Basically, well, so my neck is straight. I don't have the curve. I do have some bulging discs, and I have basically major swelling. It's basically major inflammation.
I don't think it's going to help.
So then that's pushing on the nerve, right? But the swelling that's causing me to have the pain all the time.
Talk to that, but it doesn't sound to me like there's anything broke.
Of course, when I take the cortisone, you feel great, right? Because
But then
the
it gets
swelling's
less and
down.
less.
Effective.
So one side worked really well, but the other side did not.
Yeah.
You should take massive doses of turmeric. And that's natural.
I've heard about
It's
that.
not
It
habit
helps
forming.
inflammation, right?
It's totally for inflammation.
Hey, pull up the new
So why
site.
don't you do tamarind?
Turmeric. Is it natural grocers? Does it have to be a
Yeah.
certain
You
brand?
try to get, no, but there are some brands. Try to get the best. Mark, I have no idea why this thing is totally not bringing up like. I can't get to my dashboard.
All of the, I emailed Mike and I emailed them, hey, where's everything's there. I don't know why you don't fucking see it, is all I'm saying. Yelp's there, reviews are there, everything's there.
You see it, but I don't.
Well, everybody else sees it, but your computer, I know it's there. I don't know why that computer's not showing. Maybe you got to dump your
reset
cache.
your cache, yeah.
But I mean, shit, man, those reviews were
Look
done
how
a
nice
month
these
ago.
icons look I did. Look how nice they look. I
Go to
ordered-
Excel again.
Look, don't they look nice?
They look great. Go to Excel again, though. Or go to Rock. Go to Rock.
That's right, just 10% down. A second home could be more.
Why the hell? Okay, look, 52 reviews. I
How
don't.
it came up.
I have no idea.
Look, your reviews are there, bro.
They're there, but how do I get more on there?
People got to leave them.
Yeah. You guys don't. You
You're
can't take
Yelp.
it from other places and put them on
No,
there.
your Yelp will be brought over though. I don't know why your Yelp's not there. Oh wait, are those Yelp? No, those aren't.
No, we've had 52 for ever.
Well, on the new one, people, it's much easier for them to leave.
We used to send people directly, hey, give us referral, review and referral list, and now it's like, give us reviews, and we send them out. They do it on Better Business Bureau, Google, everywhere, you know. And you're on there too, but I don't think as many people go there to do that.
And then you see I put that in there. Because it's here. Then on this page, click it. On this page, I put this up front, and then the list.
And we're making this more friendly.
No, that is the friendly. It was terrible.
Oh, okay, so they fixed.
Oh yeah, look at it.
Did
Look
you
how-
fix it or they did?
They did.
Yeah.
Look how wonderful it is.
Run
Look, they did it. So, Mark, I'm really getting into like design now, the design part. So, I want to start. They have a place here for the blog. So, do you? I'm thinking below the browse categories. I want to put the blog.
I don't know if we want the blog on there.
Well, I want some information, consumer information. I think it's really important. Like,
Why not just connect the blog to Troubleshooter Network? I don't know. Let's
like
whatever.
links. Yeah, I could.
Pro Auto Care is your car nanny. Do you know why I say that? Because you can just go to them once, leave your VIN number and information and email. You don't have to do this, but if you do it, you will be entered into their computer and you'll get all your automatic updates and reminders on everything you need. They even approximate your mileage based on your visit and what you do. And it's wonderful. And you get reminders. Hey, oil change or air filter, and then this service bulletin or this or that. The other thing I love about them is they have 2 locations near Evans and I-25 near Bowles and Santa Fe, 26 years in business. And this is the best part. In between every service, you have free roadside assistance once you become part of the Pro Auto family. 303 Pro Auto. That's the number. 303proauto.com is the website. Okay, we got lines open. Give us a call on anything you want to talk about relating to transactions and problems, people to people, business to business, business to people, people to business, any kind of product, service. Chris has a question about labor law. Go ahead, Chris. Welcome.
Yeah, Tom, if you have been the longest radio show with the same host, is there any way I
Longest running radio show currently on the air, yes.
Yeah, is there any way I could nominate you for a Marconi Award? How does that work?
I don't even know how it works. I don't know. I swear, I don't know.
I don't even know what the hell it is. What's a Marconi Award?
It's just one of the many awards. There's so many awards out there. I have never pursued awards.
It's like a Golden Globe.
Now, let me tell you something about my show, and it also happened to me on TV. My TV stuff and my radio stuff is all about helping people down and dirty stuff. And although in TV I used to do some creative stuff here and there, it was mostly going after bad guys, and it doesn't lend itself many times to awards, meaning it's not the kind of stories that they look for, you know, the pretty features and all that kind of stuff. It's not the same. It's just a different genre altogether. You know, what my wife tells me, we used to work in TV together for years and years and years, and she would say, I didn't realize how much talent you had. She was joking around one day because we were doing a project together, and she said, I thought all those years we were on Channel 4, you just ran around with a microphone chasing people, and that's what people get the opinion of. And then when I went over to Fox, I did the same thing. So I don't know where, but you could try to find out. And I don't know if I would lend myself, because I often said this. I snuck into the industry. I'm not your conventional broadcaster. I kind of got through, and you know, it's not the same as these button-downs, you know, kind of put together TV guys. Even when I was on TV a lot, I do now I'm on TV mostly for promotions and commercials, and when I was on TV as a presenter, I didn't look the same as everyone else. I just didn't. I wasn't the same, and I kind of like that. I don't like being part of the clone machine, you know.
Right. Well, I got something in the mail. I just set up an LLC, my little landscaping company here in Littleton.
Yes.
And I got a notice in the mail from Poster Compliance Services, and
yes, go ahead.
And it's a scam, and
right.
I'm sure you guys have brought it up.
It's not really a scam, but it's a ripoff, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, what they do is they make it sound like you need to go through them, and
to get a poster that you can print.
Right.
Yeah, it's obviously misleading, and they're like, respond by this deadline, so it's like the government authority if you don't respond, and it's so blatantly just misleading, and I don't know how it's legal.
You know, they are misleading, in my opinion. They are. The way they come on is some kind of an official...
But wait, a lot of advertising is misleading. We've talked about this before. They show a pizza that you go pick up with extra pepperoni on the TV, and it looks delicious. You get there, you open the Little Caesars box, and it looks like cardboard.
Oh, my God. If you look at some of the print ads for Arby's, you would think there were like six pounds of meat on there. Oh my God!
Exactly.
But they take a few slices and fluff them up, and
they put all the meat in the front of the sandwich, and the back's empty.
It's called food modeling. And I talked to a person that was in the business one time. Like, they will take buns and they will spray a shellac on them, you know, like a varnish, or they will take ice cream. Is very seldom ice cream. It's that Crisco scoop to make it pure white. Oh, yeah, that's food modeling. Hey, if anybody has been in food modeling, let me know.
What a business.
It's cool. I think it's cool.
And advertisement is probably the hardest thing of having a business.
It is. Okay, you guys have a medium size. Well, you're actually good. Well, you're not like the giant guys, but you're definitely not a tiny guy. Mm-hmm. So you've been growing steadily. So do you have a certain amount you're going to spend for advertising no matter what? Is it a line item for you, or do you have how you feel? How do you do it?
Typically 5 to 7% normally, but we're in our growth phase.
And how'd you come to that?
We belong to a professional organization that helps us grow our business.
Okay, and they help you. They give you advice.
Absolutely.
And how do you tell if advertising is working? That is one of the things I think businesses do the least well, and that is, or they do not do well, and that is tracking. It's hard to track.
It is really hard, but we have numbers for every single piece of advertisement we do.
That's a good way of doing it. And that, again, that doesn't always help, but one thing I don't like about numbers for everything you do, while it makes tracking easy, it doesn't brand well. It's not a good branding tool. When you get a number that can be a solid, good number, and you keep it, that helps your branding more. And also, different numbers give an illusion of different companies sometimes, or different, or not, a lack of stability. There was a study done, especially when you have these locksmith companies that do these local exchange numbers for every single little town in the metro area. But I'm not saying that it's detrimental. I'm just saying it's not necessarily one of the best ideas, although it's best for tracking.
Right, except we have tracking numbers for each thing that we're using for advertisement, but it goes to one number.
Well, sure, it goes to one number, but the consumer doesn't know it goes to that number.
Right.
They're dialing a number.
There's people like Pro Auto Care, 303 Pro Auto. Why in the world would you give out any other number than 303 Pro Auto?
And to me, that's what I mean. Branding, I would rather brand a number than track a number. If it came down to me, like we have them all the time.
Do you remember my Mountain Peak number?
No.
20 years ago.
I do.
303-400-4000. I mean, why would you ever change any? I should have brought it with me.
But not all numbers. Let's say their original number wasn't that catchy anyway. Then I can see you doing that. Because if a number isn't important, if you can have a name that stands out, the number becomes less important. But, you know, tracking, but even a number, people write down your number, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, they haven't used you in a while, but they see you pop up on the internet because of your SEO company or your something you did, but they call that other number. I mean, that is easy to do, that people do. Or they see you, and this has happened, they see you on a search page, or they see you on the referral list, or they see you on another list, and then they go on the internet, they see you again, then they see you a third time, and they call on the third one because you showed up 3 times, or you showed up once and then you showed up again. It's amazing how people do that. It's not always what they see is what they call, but it's better than nothing. Okay, we have to take a break. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. If Joe still wants to talk, he can talk. We have a lot more to talk about, including we're going to talk about making your business grow, if you'd like. That is something that we've been getting emails about lately. So give us a call. We have lines completely open, I think, unless, no, Joe's on there. We'll take him right after this. I want to talk about addiction, because addiction is gripping the young now. I mean, kids in high school are learning addictive traits and habits. They're getting addicted to things like vaping. They're getting addicted to drugs. If you have an addict in your life, now I'm not necessarily talking about vaping now, but if you have an alcoholic in your life, a drug abuser, someone who says they need their pain pills and it's not for pain, or the pain is long since passed, or you're noticing strange behavior. The Raleigh House is an addiction treatment facility. And they're offering a free information line because they want to help as many people as possible. Listen, they would love if you use the Raleigh House, but that's not the purpose of this line. This line is to first help you get information. They believed informed people will make good decisions. Sometimes you may opt for a free program at the Salvation Army. Sometimes you may just want to see a counselor. And you can ask the Raleigh House about all different options, about cost, about insurance, about duration, about different programs. Anything you want to ask about behavior, about approaching an addict, whatever it is on your mind, call them. It's confidential. It's free. 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. Every time I say that number, I say a silent prayer that somebody is going to call and save a life, because addiction will never get better on its own. Something has to happen. 720, it could be this call, 720-893-5559.
I lost my sister 11 years ago to it.
What was that?
Prescription.
What company?
At the time of her death, she was on 2 different antidepressants, very big on Vicodin, and the fentanyl patches.
Oh,
and a lot of Tylenol in her body, which was really bad.
Did she have some kind of pain that went away?
It was with her knee. Started with her knee pain.
Yeah.
Why would you tell me?
But did they cure the teeth?
No,
No, she did have knee surgery.
She still had chronic.
Flexible. It's not like, but and then and they had her on methadone. So on all, she was on all of that.
Methadone's dangerous because of its long.
It is,
in
and
your body for months.
yeah, it is really.
Oh, never mind. I'll wait
It's
till
really
the
hard to
hour.
watch. Really hard to watch. I had my cousin die of meth.
9 a.m. Monday. Look at the title on it.
We sell
No, I didn't.
Oh, we got it? We got an invite?
Yeah.
Roughly for.
Look at the name. Look at the
With one of
name.
those installing, we charge $6.95.
Hour-long special.
No.
But it does help people with lung issues. Absolutely. It basically works as a magnet.
No, not sure. It should be hacked.
The ones we use actually change the media. I'll put it in media.
Did you see the name of it though?
Yeah,
that's right. That's
high-end air cleaner.
Well, listen, remember I told you one time, there are certain things we just can't control.
Well, I know, and that's what I
I'm
was.
a realist.
That's my whole point. That's what I was saying.
It truly can't be controlled.
Correct.
Do you have to be Italian for a Marconi Award?
No.
Should be.
It shows you how good the product is, though. I mean, it really does, no matter how you look at it. If it is an issue, which it definitely is, or else none of this would have come up. This isn't something I brought up. You follow what I'm saying? That means there is an issue.
Is this coincidental? You said we need a meeting and this came up. Was it coincidental or did you?
No, I said, when do you want to meet?
Okay.
Yeah, he wanted me to set the meeting. And when you said any time, I said, okay, so let's do it here.
Yeah, that's okay.
But I am shocked by the name of it. I mean, really, I did not realize it was like that.
You know, Tom, our phone number for years was 728.
That is an odd name.
Rock. You know, that's what we advertise on trucks and everything. We still have that number.
Never change that.
We still have it.
I
But
use it.
in order for us to advertise and find out where stuff is coming from, we had to use tracking numbers because you're spending so much money, and it muddies the water a little bit. But
What we do with every phone call, we ask, where did you hear about us?
What about Air Force One?
That's the new one. Oh, the Airbus one.
So we ask with every phone call, where did you hear about us?
How do you
Did
know
by
that?
chance see it somewhere else? So we get the exact
The old Air
where
Force
did
One
you
has
hear
been
about us? Was it
747 for
Google?
years. and it
Did
has
you
all-
see us from the van? Was it Tom Martino? Like,
Wow.
you know, we do that too. To really know where to spend more money. You got to learn what works and where to
I wish people
invest your money.
would ask a question, Mark, and that is, did Tom Martino or his radio show or the referral list have anything to do with your decision? And
Most of us just say Tom Martino.
yeah, but people will say no, or people say, well, yeah, I did hear you one time, and I searched you or something. That would be a good question. But then you're going to find something very strange. There are people that will purposely. They listen to us for recommendations, but don't like us. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
But they actually, it's such a dichotomy. They say, I think they love it, and then they use it.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. Advertise. It's just a crap. It's just.
It is a crapshoot.
It is. It's a crapshoot.
Until you start getting data.
You spend
Once
money
you start getting data,
yeah.
then you get data.
Right. Most of the part about for us is just really customers. That's where most of our
You got our new one running, right? A new banner?
For 888?
Yes. Yeah.
Mark, that 404,000. God, how much did you have to pay a lot for that?
No, I just picked. That was way back when. I'll tell you the one that blew me away. My old domain, mountainpeak.com. It's up for sale right now. They want 70 or 80 grand for it. Doesn't mean they'll get that, but that's someone's fishing. But I still, you know what? The more I think about it, I sold that company. It was nothing but blue sky, and that particular location. It was nothing but blue sky and a lease. I mean, my equipment was next to nothing. So really, that's what I was selling.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Plumbline services for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. They are doing the $149 special for electrical, find, fix, or free. They want me to remind you that they will have an electrician to your house. You'll never spend more than $149 to get it fixed with parts, or the call is free with a complete evaluation of the problem written out. Then they have more than $2,000 savings on a new furnace AC system if you choose them, and that is 0% financing for 12 months and a 10-year parts and labor warranty. Give them a call, 303-586-1086, 303-586-1086, plumlineservices.com. Stephen, go ahead. What's going on, Stephen?
Yes, I'm trying to repair a hot water boiler system, take care of some problems for some neighbors that are pretty poor, I guess you might say, and don't have the money to put.
Now, Steve, do you have technical know-how?
Yes.
What is your background?
Well, I've done a lot of building, and I've fully rehabbed the house, siding, windows,
good,
plumbing, electrical.
So you're trying to fix the boiler.
Yeah, it's actually a problem with the zone valve that stays stuck open, and my question for your guest is whether or not the loop that goes to the aquastat that turns the boiler on and off from the zone valve, if that is mechanical or electrical, because I've disconnected the electrical from the thermostat to that zone valve that's stuck open, but the boiler still continues to run, and all the other thermostats and zones in the house are turned off.
Can I ask you something? Does that zone valve have a mechanical shut-off you can force it closed?
It has a mechanical thing that you
on
can
the bottom.
open it, but I don't think but I don't know if it has any way to close it.
Usually you can go both ways with it. Hold on, we're not going to be able to answer right now. You'll have to wait till after the break, and we'll take you right up. And then we'll take Bob, an electrician. We'll also talk to Patrick about a failure to launch kit. Please stay on the line, Patrick, Stephen, and Bob, and we'll take all of you.
Take it like it is and make it.
He makes it another 25 days, same job.
There's two parts to a zone valve.
200. Suzanne said you said you were giving him 200 too, but I don't recall that. He did. I don't even know if he gets. He'll get 400. He makes it another 25 days.
So what's our failure to launch kit? You know the one that came in?
He's on the line.
The job is going well. You guys are going to owe 200 apiece.
It might even be better than that. We might give him that car.
Mark,
They don't break down very often when they do a custom.
You still got to get to the end of April.
The car's
End of
got to go
April, he's
another.
on his fourth Thursday, so his 30 days is next week, I think.
No, it's the end of April. You can pull the thing. I said by the end of April.
At an auto parts place.
Does he like it?
You said 30 days.
I said the end of April. I just remember that. So pull it.
Yeah.
Okay, and you said you would chip in 200 as well.
But if
We
we
both did.
I thought I said $2, but okay.
Yeah.
But if we give him the car, he's not getting the money too.
Why?
Why would we? We're giving him a car.
Oh, is he going to get that car done?
Maybe.
Guys don't think like us, do they?
I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna make it because I'm gonna call his boss and make sure his ass gets fired.
Mark.
I'm gonna go in there and buy something. Complain.
25 years I'm dealing with this.
Oh, we're doing 28 on Saturday.
28 years.
Yeah.
You poor soul.
She's the best. I got lucky right at the beginning.
I was married 28 years.
When did you guys get married?
1990.
No, how old
Oh,
were
I
you?
was 19.
19 and 20.
I was 20.
We were about the same, yeah.
I was married 28 years.
Yeah.
How long you been married?
20 and 18. No, that's not true. 19 and 7. No.
28 was my
20
record.
and 18.
What's my record?
What was my record?
Actually, Tom, you've been married like 35 years. No, almost 40 years.
Me with everyone.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Total it up.
Why break it
Add
out?
all three of
When
mine?
people say how long you've been married,
No,
just
my
give
first wife
them a
and I,
total.
It was a wonderful marriage.
25. That had to be more than that because I went to your 25th.
It actually ended.
So you've just been married twice. This one, the last one, and then this one. Twice? You've been married twice? 3?
Oh, 3 too.
But my first one was a real deal. I mean, we're still.
I got the over-under on this 4th.
Oh, come on. And the second one wasn't my choice.
Brent got tied up, so he just wants you to cover.
Second one wasn't my choice.
Wasn't?
I'm not quite sure how that
Is
goes.
he,
Yeah,
is
I'm
he still
not
married to
sure.
Holly? Or no?
No,
Second.
I wouldn't be sitting here. We parted ways 10 years ago and he married Holly, and we got back together 10 years later after Holly.
Did you get rid of Holly?
She ran over my fucking car years ago. Excuse my French.
Wow, she was a Good one, huh?
She did not like me, and I did not like her. That was a true deal.
Wow.
Second wife was a nightmare.
First time I met her, Tom goes, Holly, Mark, Holly. And I mean, I saw his first wife not even a week before, because when I used to do his fill-in when he was national, and I do it in his Springtown house. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't drive down here.
Yeah.
So I'm there on a Saturday. He's leaving on a Monday, so we're just kind of talking, and I meet Holly for the first time. And he says, whatever you can say in front of me, you can say in front of her. And I said, well, you know, we'll talk Monday. He goes, no. And I said, well, I think she's a fucking gold digger. She breaks into these tears and runs over to the side, and it was downhill from there. So let me tell you, lesson learned. If anybody ever says, whatever you can say in front of me, you can say in front of her, don't fucking believe a word of it. And so 1 week later, I was back over at his house. Didn't know Holly was going to be there. She gets very upset, probably because I'm there, and runs over my vehicle. Brand new. It was a brand new Mazda RX-8. Brand new. I had like 3,000 miles on it. She runs over it with her fucking Expedition or whatever, Suburban, whatever huge, massive truck. Right up on it.
Turned out to be a gold digger, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I nailed her.
Yeah.
Well, she worked with.
Well, she did you a favor in the RX-8.
I was out of the situation.
He was like, I'm out, man.
But she did. They did a few things, yeah.
God, my whole family warned me about my second wife. She got $2.5 million out of it.
Maybe it's always a second wife.
Got everything I owned. Threw me in a mental health facility.
Are you serious?
She was an attorney. She was smart. Her boyfriend was.
Well, I can understand throwing you in the mental health.
Yeah. Well, see,
am I the only one that didn't pick up on that?
Yeah.
In jail, you have a right to phone calls and all that. On a mental health hold, man, you don't have a right to anything. Oh, I was just. It was.
Hey, that new one's running. Facebook ad.
You know, looking
it's got
back on
a 6, which is for an ad like that is really good.
Her
and
boyfriend.
they've already got.
It's amazing the power.
It's been running less than a day and a half. They already got.
Boyfriend was another attorney. Bought his law.
Almost 75 clicks to the landing page, like to the landing page.
Oh, I
really
got
good.
You really got in your head.
I did it right.
That was a really good one.
Couldn't be any better.
That's a really good one.
You know,
good clickbait.
It
wasn't overboard. It was good.
No, I like doing stuff that's simple. I realized the more I try to do it,
a lot of money in the process.
Yeah, it's got to be the simple.
Hey, Mark, did you see the negative comments I next? There were a few.
On where?
I did
on the one we just talked about?
By losing
no, I did.
That's awesome.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. This hour brought to you by Ideal Home Loans. For your next Ideal Home Loan, we're going to talk to you about your problems, questions, and complaints, whatever is on your mind, the longest running show. Currently on the radio with the same host, and we love doing what we do because we've recovered hundreds of millions of dollars over the years in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. The number is 303-713-TALK, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. So you can tune in and watch us as well as calling us or listening on the radio or on the iHeartMedia app, our iHeartRadio app. So Ideal Home Loans, we have proven that they can save you money. All you have to do is call them, and they pick the loan, help you pick a loan that's right for you. And I mean that, any term you want. They also do credit optimization. Don't overlook that. You know, so many companies approve you and then finance you. Once you get approved at Ideal, they still work to get your points higher in order to get you better pricing, and they can save you. They saved one guy, I think he said something like a half a point on interest, just paying down $130 on a credit card. They have all the algorithms, and they will tell you what you need to do to tweak your credit, even after approved. 303-867-7000, 867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. All right, we have guests from the referral list in. We'll be saying hi to them in a minute. We have a question for him from Stephen, and this is Rock Heating and Air, and Rock wants to know about a boiler. You guys do boilers?
We do.
And Steve,
are there a lot of boilers in Colorado?
Mostly commercial, but
are they old school or is it they still brand new ones?
Oh no, they make new beautiful boilers, state of the art, small little tanks,
big ones, small ones. They're all
but
sizes.
solid state, digital controlled. They have little tanks that can heat an entire house. It's beautiful, beautiful. The new ones.
Why would you do it over forced air?
Comfort.
Oh, they're better.
I also think they're probably more efficient.
You can get very high efficient boilers, but the main thing is you don't have that air moving around in your house, so you're more comfortable with that heat.
Oh, so it's really radiant heat.
Now, Stephen's trying to help out some elderly neighbors, and they have a boiler. How old is the boiler, Stephen? Let's get some basics.
It's probably a pretty old boiler. I'm saying that the hot water system is probably at least 30 years old.
I just replaced a boiler that was 70 years old, and it was held together by the minerals in the water. The cracks in the heat exchanger had long since failed, I mean the tank, and it was seeping out and filling itself in with minerals over the years that when we took it outside and you tapped the side of it, the stuff came crumbling off and there were cracks all over. It was 70 years old. 70
It's
years
amazing
old.
It lasted.
Yeah, so, Stephen, what is the apparent problem? The apparent one.
Well, one of the apparent problems is that one of the zone valves stays stuck open.
Okay, the boiler itself, though, is running fine?
It seems to be. I just don't know if the aquastat is operating properly because I disconnected the thermostat wire to that zone valve that's not functioning, not closing.
And the aquastat he's talking about, by the way, you're talking about where it takes it's a probe on the pipe?
That fires up the boiler when there's a call for heat from one of the zones.
Okay.
And my question is, when that zone valve is stuck open, does that allow the loop from the aquastat to call for heat?
Correct.
Or does it have to have the circuit completed, from the thermostat in order for that to complete the circuit to the aquastat, calling for it to fire up?
So there's two parts to the zone valve. The first one, the thermostat opens the motor.
And the yellows.
Okay, hold on. He's answering. Okay, so the thermostat opens the motor.
Yeah, the thermostat opens the motor, and then there's a second part of the zone valve where the end switch is activated once the motor opens, and then that turns on the boiler. So if your zone valve is stuck open, then the end switch is closed, and that's causing it to be turned on.
And
correct?
the aquastat, the thing taking the temperature of the water, the purpose of that is?
That controls the temperature in the water, but that doesn't come on until the zone valve actually closes, and then the end switch is what turns the boiler on, and then that comes on once the pump and everything is turned on.
So if you have hot water, you can theoretically still have hot water circulating without the boiler running.
Correct.
Without the boiler heating. So did he answer your question, Stephen?
Yes. So it's basically a mechanical initiated connection to the aquastat.
Correct. Through
and
the
that's
end
what I was
switch
wondering, because the furnace keeps firing and going, and of course running hot water to that zone, even though we're not calling for it.
Right. Depending on what type of zone valve you have, some of them you can replace just the motor head, and some of them you have to replace the whole zone valve.
That's true. And I hope. Go ahead.
Is there a way to distinguish whether it's just the motor versus the mechanical part of the zone valve?
Well, the motor is the mechanical part of the zone valve.
Do you know what brand the zone valve is?
The valve. The motor just opens the valve.
I see what you're saying. You're saying is the valve itself stuck from some corrosion or something?
Is it faulty from corrosion? Yeah. And have to.
Well, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can take the motor out and see if it works.
That's true. I've got a replacement one, and I'll do that first.
Yeah, and if the motor works and the motor's working, it's just not moving the valve. And are those zone valves isolated up and above and below?
With valves, you mean?
Yes.
Because
if it's not,
it's got one on one side, but not on the other. So it's a pain if I have to replace the whole valve.
Depending on the brand of the valve, some of them you can replace the head, and some of them you can't. Is it a Honeywell?
Well, he already has a replacement motor, so he can apparently. He found a replacement motor. So here's the deal. Take the motor out and test it, and then do with it what you want as far as that goes. It could just be that the motor is broken, or the motor is not moving the valve. You'll know in a heartbeat. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Bob says an electrician ripped off a customer, or you are an electrician, and a customer was ripped off. Oh my God, took off with $70,000. Bob, what is this story? How did you come across this person?
Well, I am an electrician for a company down here in Colorado Springs, and I went to do an estimate for a service change at this lady's house, and you know, I started discovering things, and I went to go pick up some blueprints, and the man that gave me the blueprint told me that she had been through the ringer, and you know, I didn't think much of it at the time, but come to find out, this guy, you know, built this addition for her, but none of it was.
This guy built what for her?
An addition.
Okay.
On the side of her house.
Okay.
But he was not up to building code. He didn't deliver on what he said he was going to do. He had the electrical in his estimate, but you know, here I am giving her a bid, and she's about to pay for it separately.
How much did she pay this contractor for the addition?
Well, I mean, two checks of $32,000, and
so wait, she already paid him $32,000 times 2.
Yes, and I'm looking at the proposal right now, and it says that he will have the foundation, framing, plumbing, electrical, roofing, drywall, and finish. She paid the first check, and it was to get everything dried in and start up, and then the second installment was to pay for the plumbing, electrical, drywall, and finish.
All right,
and
so hold on.
I'm sitting here right now.
Yeah, you're sitting there, and how much is done?
It's just a building. I mean, it's sad. Like
How big is the addition? How big is it?
1,000 square foot.
And what would you say she got out of value so far?
Not $70,000 worth. And she's having to pay people, you know, to come in and finish what that guy.
Well, where is the guy? Where is the guy now?
He's in Colorado Springs. She's already talked to detectives. They're investigating, but
what is his name? What is his name? Let's warn people.
Harold E. McKean.
Harold McKean?
And he goes by Butch.
By Butch. How do you spell the last name?
M-C-K-E-A-N.
Did you see the pictures, Tom?
McKean. Okay.
I emailed you, Tom.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of strange what we're looking at here, though.
All right.
Is that the caller, or is that the bad guy?
I think that's supposed to be a picture of the bad guy.
With his dog on the roof?
Yep.
The butcher.
Right here as well. And I'm just trying to, number one, make it known, and also I'm just asking if anybody's willing to.
Well, I don't know.
I
guess let me just ask some yes or no questions. He did some of the work properly. No.
No.
All of the work is improper.
I mean, it's standing. It looks like the framing is done right, but I mean, he didn't have the upper ground in the concrete, so he didn't know about that. He's not even a contractor. He said he told this lady that he was, and made a proposal.
He's unlicensed. Did she ever pull a permit?
Yes. He pulled the homeowner's permit and everything.
Well, hold on. He pulled a permit, so did it get approved, the framing?
No, he did not. I pulled the permit.
Okay.
He pulled the permit.
Okay, you pulled a permit, and have they had the framing inspection?
Yes, the frame. They came in, but they wouldn't inspect it because he didn't have the HVAC, the plumbing, or the electrical, and neither no concrete. There's no concrete in the driveway. I mean, in the garage. There's no concrete in the back where the stairs go up.
With that addition I'm looking at, what is it supposed to be? A garage?
It's a garage. It's a drive-through garage with 2 master bedrooms with a bathroom, walk-in vanity.
Okay, and so you're not telling me the whole thing has to be knocked down and redone, right?
No, but it's for what she paid for.
it doesn't look like.
She paid 2 checks of $32,000. That's $64,000. You keep saying 70.
Well, yeah, because she's had to pay other people.
Okay, gotcha. I gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, did this guy stop coming?
Yes. Yes.
What is his business name? His name is Butch McKean. What is his business name?
His name is Harold E. McKean, and he goes by Butch.
And what is his business name? Yeah, his company.
It's N, and the number 2, and Woods.
N2 Woods.
Yes.
Like Into Woods.
Yes.
Oh my.
N, like an N, and then you got a number 2, and then Woods.
Okay. N2 Woods. And
yes.
What are they investigating for? Here's the problem, Mark. I don't see a guy taking money and running off. I see him doing a terrible job and attempting to do a job, but then he stopped coming altogether. Did he tell you he was finished?
No, he wanted more money, and I told him I didn't have it.
Well, didn't you point out the contract that you shouldn't have to pay more money?
Right, I did that, and then he had the nerve. I asked him how much left did he have of my $32,000, and he told me he had $12,000 left. And I told him, well, there's nothing what you said.
Why did you pay so much up front?
It's because I didn't know no better. I didn't know anything about building.
Okay. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well, do you have...
Not only that, he was using my... I know when he called me from Home Depot, he was buying stuff for other projects.
Can you get Bob on again? Bob.
Okay.
Bob. Yeah. Bob. Did you talk to this guy at all?
I have not, but I try to talk to my customers and build a personal relationship.
Yeah, I can tell that. You sound like a good guy.
I heard about this through the Blueprint guy, and I didn't know. And this poor lady has had strokes and stuff, and I'm just trying. I want to donate my time, but I have to get approval from my boss.
All right. All right. Listen. I want to know. Here's what we have to find out. We have to find out how much it will take to complete this properly. Now, this is always tricky because I'm not talking about completing it to the top end, top shelf edition. I'm talking about completing it to the level of completion she expected. I need to know.
I'm not asking.
Right. So hold on. Mark, do we have someone in Colorado Springs that can evaluate what needs to be done there to bring it up to satisfactory completion?
Yeah, we've got a great guy down there, Moses.
Moses. Who else? How can you do better than Moses?
You can't. Actually, that's truly his name, and he's awesome, man. He's on a referral list, of course.
Unless we had a Jesus.
I'm having him check something out at my house.
All right, so listen. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do...
Get me her address.
Moses.
I'll have Moses get over there.
We're going to have somebody go over there and evaluate it and get all the information. Then Deputy Clint, if you could contact the guy after we have it evaluated. So hold on, and we'll try to help you, okay? That will be the way to do it. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. You will do no better. Frank is a great guy. You put him on a mission like sell my house, you'll think you're the only customer. Or you say to Frank, hey, Frank, I'm looking for a place, and he'll go the length. I don't know how he does it. I thought it was just me, maybe. Hey, we're good friends, right? Then it happened with Mark. Then it happened, strangers call and say, hey, Tom, you know what? I use Frank Duran, and I don't know how he has time to do anything else. He's working so hard for me. That's how you feel. He's with RE/MAX Alliance, FrankDuranHomes.com, as well as Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. He's a proactive marketer to sell your house. He does more than just multi-list. And if you're looking for a place, he finds them even before they come on the market in some cases. 303-920-1622.
This report is brought to you by Wild Alaska Seafood.
Big improvements on the drive downtown and up north. Earlier crash.
You ever get just a good feeling about someone? I mean, everybody does. This it's been so hard to find a good contractor down in the Springs, and I think I finally found one.
With Moses?
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's just like
It's like religious.
He's super polite. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I've seen him with his crew a little bit, or how he talks to other people. He's just good. I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah, it is.
Contractors can be tough.
Yeah.
Szymanski's good like that too.
Yeah, we went through that. It's hard, really hard to do that.
We were within 2 weeks of completing or getting our kitchen started, and we parted ways with the
You don't
contractor.
ever give all the money up front.
Contractors are so tough.
You should see this Dave Anders on if you listen to the show much. That was
We always preach pay 80% up front.
Yeah, no documentation.
Yeah, never pay by credit card.
Yeah, no.
Cash.
I mean, that is just sad.
I want people, people have to know how to.
I need their number. Or I'm sorry, I need that guy's address if you text it. That last caller with the contract.
By mistake.
I'm going to send Moses down there.
Oh,
well, the Anders, he took 78,000. 68.
Maybe something was wrong.
Yeah,
I
but he
don't
did
give money
4 or
people
5
for money for anything to anybody for anything unless I'm just like that. You're not going to get my money.
I won't say most people, but most people in business.
Yeah. Unless you're doing something for me, we don't take any money up front for anything.
Oh, really?
We sign our contract, we do it. I don't have any upfront costs. I buy my materials. They're on. I don't pay for it right away. And I go out and I take my job, and we've never had anybody not pay us.
You're lucky in one aspect, though. If you don't get paid, well, they can lean the house.
Right, but they've never had.
We've never had anybody take anything from us ever in 17 years.
Clint, can you do another mock trial Saturday at 5? I can't do it. I'm at
Who we are.
No, even I say our best roofer and stuff.
Same lady.
Because he threw the old gutters away.
Probably. Yeah. She's asking.
Okay, Tom Martino here. Patrick wants to give us an update. Patrick, wait.
Failure to launch.
Right. Patrick, are you still on your job?
Yes.
Wonderful. Patrick called one time and said he was having troubles, and we had him in the studio. He was having problems just making it, and we, in addition to letting him know we cared and gave him a pep talk, we found out some things that were keeping him held back. We encouraged him. We've been following it along, and he still has his job. But you're not calling to give us an update, are you? You're calling for something else?
I am, yes.
Okay, what do you need?
Well, whoa. Do you still have that same job, though, Patrick?
Yes, I do.
Because if you have it to the end of April, I was going to give you $200, and Tom was going to give you $2, if I recall.
No, we were going to match, so
$400.
$400.
But I've got a better idea. I say if he has a job till the end, same job till the end of April,
we get him a car.
We give him that car.
So, Patrick, you were calling to find out about where to buy a car, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's a manual transmission, is it? The one?
Can you drive a manual, Patrick?
Ooh.
I can, yes.
Hey,
oh, you can?
Hey, free car's better than any car you go buy.
What's the job?
I can't believe people still buy manual transmissions at all anyway.
Mikey, our IT guy, that's all he buys. He bought a brand new Honda Civic with a stick shift.
No way!
And his Camaro's got a stick shift, brand new.
Why would you do it?
Because he's nuts.
Hey, I just bought a new stick shift.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
How do you drink coffee and text with the stick shift?
Right.
You're not supposed to be doing that.
No, listen. Seriously, you bought
I did. I just bought a new stick.
What is it?
The 2018 Mustang.
Okay. See, some cars you do.
You got to do it.
No, but I guarantee the automatic in that vehicle is faster. It's smarter than you. There's no doubt about
it.
Yeah, but it's just fun.
That's what Mike says.
But nowadays, the automatics are just so spectacular.
I mean,
automatic.
Well, they're faster than a human brain. It knows how to shift better.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you put it that way, you're right. Yeah. Now, so, Patrick, you need a recommendation for a dealership. So, listen, if you're looking to buy anyway, I think we're going to try to get you a car first, okay? That would be, how much were you looking to spend on your own?
Well, I was looking to put $1,000 down. And
okay, and do payments. How's your credit?
Not very good.
Okay. Yeah, Rockies would be a place that could work with you, but I would say before you do it, not because there's anything wrong with them, because I'd go with you. I would say, you know what? Let's just see if we can get you a car. And
if he makes it till the end of April.
We really like the direction you're going, Patrick. I love that you gave it an effort. And he said it mattered to him that people actually gave a damn. And you know what? That's all he needed was a little kick and a little encouragement. And he's living with a friend. I told him how to communicate with that person and keep it positive. So we like the way it's going.
Keep going, Patrick.
Now, in Weld County, we had a case that really pissed me off.
Which one?
The teacher, the doctor turned in a family for child abuse.
Oh, this is a weird one.
A doctor said there was bruising on a little girl. And the mom said it was done by the ex-husband. And the ex-husband, or biological father, whether technically, who knows if it's an ex-husband, but the biological father, no longer living with the mom, has visitation unsupervised. We thought, nah, there's got to be more to it. So the wife protested in court. She opposed it in court, and the court upheld visitation without supervision. Now, he is under investigation and charge right now for child abuse, and they're giving him visitation without supervision. I just don't understand it. So Daphne's been looking into it, and she's grabbed onto it like a pit bull, like she does everything. So what did you find out, Daphne?
Well, sadly, the abuse is increasing.
What?
Yes, I just spoke to Mom, and so, yeah.
Wait, what do you mean increasing? Was there another incident?
Well, originally the reports, the judge said that there wasn't enough evidence, there wasn't, teeth knocked out or bruises or whatever.
Does he want a dead little girl? What does he want?
Exactly. And so she is documenting it, and it has increased.
Have they gone back to court?
No, she's trying to get an emergency injunction to do that, but I got her connected. An
emergency hearing. Who'd you get her connected with?
So I got her connected with Child Protection Agency. They have assigned her an investigator, and these guys investigate the Department of Human Services.
Is this an independent organization?
Yeah, they investigate and they make sure that
How
they
did you
are
find
doing
them? What is their name? What are they called?
They're called Child Protection Agency.
Really? And it's not a governmental agency?
I don't think so, no. But they have assigned her an investigator. The other thing that I found out is the ex-husband may be remarried, which she had no idea.
Well, but why do we care about that part?
Because the mom's mother, or the
you mean the new wife
mother works for the police department in Weld County.
This is wrong.
Yeah,
on
all kinds
many
of
levels.
Wrong. And
but Weld County, I'm so used to hearing about corruption in Weld County, nothing surprises me. Nothing. Especially, you heard me talk about the building guy up there, Tom Parko.
The cell phone tower.
So anyway.
And being in touch with the media relations for both social services and the DA, I've followed back up.
What do they, listen,
they have not reached back out. They have done nothing except forward the information.
What I don't understand is why they won't at least just put supervision in place. Usually they err on the side of caution.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
We may be missing something because it just sounds outrageous.
Are we missing anything, Daph?
I really don't.
Is the mom, do they suspect the mom is exaggerating or lying? But the doctor is the one that reported it the first time.
Exactly.
Now the second time, did she bring her to a doctor?
Do you know, I did not ask her
and
that.
And I want to know, is the little girl saying, Daddy is beating me?
Yes, and the children, there's 3 children. She's the only one who has marks, but the children have also said that Dad is coaching them on what to say in court. And they have all this information.
Do they have joint custody?
They do, yes, and where the unsupervised visits are in place. And she's having problems with her lawyer, so I'm trying to connect her with her lawyer.
But I'm wondering, Steph, if she's having trouble with everyone, I'm just wondering aloud, what do you mean she's having trouble with her lawyer? Is this woman a nut?
She's not. She is very, very smart. And she knows
Why is she having trouble with her attorney?
He just is not moving forward. He's not filing. He's not doing anything. And, she feels like he's not maybe
taking it seriously.
Yeah, or not 100% there in his head. I guess, an older gentleman.
What do you people think? Weld County Social Services, usually if there's even a hint of child abuse, they have all kinds of safety mechanisms. This case, if you want to inquire about it, hey, it's in Weld County, and the kid has visible marks of abuse. The father was charged with child abuse. Is that correct?
Well, yes.
Is he charged? Is he being investigated or not?
He was investigated, but
was he cleared?
It's gone flat.
Well, was he cleared? Is there? I need to know.
That makes a lot more sense.
Is it going to court or is it cleared? Can you find that out?
It is going to court. It has not.
Wait, civilly or criminally? Is he being charged?
Yes.
He is being prosecuted for child abuse. What does the district attorney say?
And they are looking into it, and I asked if they would please have her prosecutor contact.
Weld County District Attorney, if you're concerned, they're supposedly handling it. Daphne, we need to clarify if this man is under criminal charge for child abuse, or is it the mom accusing him? Is it an actual criminal charge being investigated? Is he charged by police? I need to know if there's an actual charge, because that is all telling. If there's an actual charge for child abuse that has not been cleared, then I find it outrageous that they're allowing the daughter to see him with no supervision.
A Class 1 act resulting in bodily injury has been filed against him.
All right. So there is a criminal charge. The Weld County District Attorney is investigating, yet a Weld County family judge has granted unsupervised visitation. How old is this little girl?
That's what I was going to ask.
Oh.
She's 5, I believe.
I can't believe this. Why won't they at least, just out of caution, protect this 5-year-old girl?
And 2 younger brothers.
Okay, folks, I'm getting sick to my stomach. Honest to God, I am.
It's horrible, Tom.
I'm getting sick to my stomach.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW. And
But the 2 younger brothers don't have any abuse? It's just the girl?
Apparently not. Apparently that's the case. Did Daphne say that his mother is a dispatcher for the police department?
No, they work for the police department.
His mother does.
So, no, I think it's the new wife's mother.
The abuser's wife or something.
Yeah, works for it.
Sorry, Tom, I have 10 pages of notes, and when you asked me that, I'm flipping through trying to find it, and I finally found it, so I apologize about that. You're asking questions back
That is just horrible.
Who's with the police department? His new wife's mother?
Yes.
Are adding pet food and pet care brands to their lineup.
And she didn't know they were married. I found it.
For close to $2 billion.
Hi, Daphne.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Amy. How are you? We talked on the phone. Been trying to get up here to say hi.
You think she's interfering at all?
No, she really is smart. She knows what her rights are. She's
No, the
looked into.
mother.
Oh, well, when she said that to me, I go, uh-oh. You gotta wonder. I don't know. And this kid, the new wife has got aliases, and I'm trying to look up a background on her, but I have to change the password.
But there's no abuse on the little boy?
No, nothing. She is the one who has the mark. She said
but she could be covering for the little boy, like she could, right? As the oldest one 5, she could be protecting and getting in, and that's where all the marks are or something.
The other thing I said was you need to let this investigator know that there is another woman living there, and they need to look into her because
that's right.
Maybe that's where the abuse is.
I don't know.
I can't understand why there's no, like, I'm with John. I just don't get that. If this is a child,
the judge actually
There might be a whole other side to that other one.
It didn't reach the physical.
Yeah, let me know what the mom says.
so marks on the kid
Or
is
failure
not
to watch, there
enough.
might be a whole different story. I don't know yet.
Keep delaying it.
Someone
It's just
texted Suzanne.
Both sides.
It is hard to be working this.
Bruised.
And then as a mom, you probably just want to take your kids and run and leave. You can't do that.
And social services, of course, they can't talk to me about it. They're like, oh, we forwarded it on. I'm like, nobody's doing anything. You forwarded it, but you're dragging your feet. And this is, I said, you don't want this to end up being all over the place. I said, you guys need to know we are documenting everything, and it is documented. That's why it's so important to do.
Not since you came back.
Thanks,
No, I
Tom.
mean
Thank you for
originally.
doing that.
I used to listen to her all the time. Her, our old program director was Dan Mandis, who was her producer.
No, she wouldn't pull punches.
No, not at all. Why'd you marry him?
Oh, that's so horrible.
You know, mom should be able to go get a temporary restraining order without any evidence.
Against a father or mother?
Yeah.
So I can go get one against Suzanne right now. Where the kids can't go to her and she can't go see the kids.
Temporary still issue.
Well, no, temporary restraining orders, but is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, could she use that to keep him?
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Let's go to Chris quickly here. Now, Jim's Renovation is the one that did the asbestos removal.
Oh, Lord.
Jim Johnson, if you go to, rather than recapping the whole thing, he did it improperly, endangering lives, let's just put it that way. His story is on my sleazbrigade.com. Chris, what is your story about Jim's?
Well, we had some work done by him as well. It was a forced kitchen remodel due to a leaking dishwasher. Part of that remodel did include him scraping the ceilings.
Did you have asbestos?
Luckily, ours did test negative. I did talk to you last week, the same day as you talked to Natasha, and we had ours tested that day, and it thankfully came back negative, but some others, I understand, are not so lucky.
Okay, so Dan, you had him call. Did you want to update what's going on? I don't understand.
So he's got a picture of them not knowing that they didn't have asbestos.
Whether they knew or not, they didn't know.
They didn't have any gear on any of the workers.
Okay, that's the point.
There.
So at the time, was there a possibility you could have had asbestos?
From what we understand, yes, there was.
Okay, and so did you have it tested, or did he? Who had it tested?
Well, the drywall that was impacted by the water damage was tested by another construction company, but the ceiling, the popcorn ceiling, was not in that scope.
So when you hired him to scrape the ceiling, you didn't have it tested either?
No, we asked him if it was required, and he said that we should be good due to the age of our house and because we had.
Then when did you have it tested?
We had it tested on the 22nd.
Because of what happened with him and other things, you thought we better. Okay, I get it.
Yes.
So you had it tested as a precaution, and thank goodness it came back negative.
So here's another thing: is when he said he scraped that other house with asbestos, he said his workers were all had the proper.
I know what you're saying,
equipment
Dan.
and everything.
Dan, you're saying that without.
He's a liar and a cheater, is what he's saying.
He had no idea in this house whether or not it was asbestos. And the only way that they found out is when Chris found out about his shenanigans at the other house. Chris had it investigated. It's a good thing you did, Chris. But what that contractor should have done before even starting work is have it tested. That is what happens when you have houses at a certain age. You automatically have it tested. And isn't lead testing also mandatory? I thought you had to test for that too. Anyway, Mike, welcome to the show. What's going on, Mike?
That I had.
Oh, hey, Tom, how are you?
Good. What's going on?
Listen, I got a young lady here that has been living in her house for 29 years. She has a $19,000 mortgage on it. She's thinking about going to assisted living, but she was told by her tax person that she would have to pay a capital gain. Is that true?
Well, there's a whole bunch of questions first. Is she looking for public assistance at the retirement home, or is she going to do it through Social Security?
No, she's not.
She's not looking for Social Security. I mean, for public assistance.
No.
Okay. The next question, is it her primary residence?
Yes.
Okay, well, I don't know why he would say there's capital gains. There's only capital gains on above a well, for her as a single woman, it would be above a $250,000 gain. So, in other words, what is the basis in her house? What did she pay for it?
89,000.
Okay, so how much did she put into the house over the years in permanent improvements?
Oh my gosh.
Permanent.
Just a ballpark.
Just a ballpark. Permanent improvements. That would be an addition. That would be a floor covering, like a hardwood floor. Roof. It would be a roof. Anything in hard, in stuff like that. About how much did you?
I've had 2 roofs put on. I've redone the flooring, all except the kitchen.
Would you say you put 50,000 in it over the years?
Probably more.
Probably. I put in a sprinkler system.
Okay. So would you put in 100,000 roughly? Just an idea. Well, we just need a rough idea.
Yeah, I would go with 50 maybe.
Okay, so let's go with 50,000, and so you take 89,000 and you add 50,000 to it, and you come up with a basis. Okay, so what would the house sell for right now in its condition?
Probably 350.
Okay, so you're not going to probably have a gain because you take out commissions and all of that. But even based on these numbers, if I use 140,000 as a basis, which wouldn't be hard to substantiate, you're looking at a gain of 210,000. Now that's we didn't even take out commissions and selling expenses. So it's very unlikely you will come up with a gain above 250,000. Or am I just assuming it's single? Are you married?
No, I'm
okay.
not.
Then it would be a $250,000 exclusion on capital gains. So let's say by some wide stretch of the imagination your house sells for more, then only the amount above 250 would be taxable.
There you go.
You're not going to have a problem, dear. You're not going to have a problem. You'll have all that cash, and you will have no problem if you sell that. What part of town are you in?
I'm in Arvada.
Okay. Is it in a nice neighborhood?
Yes.
Yeah, don't undervalue that house. You talked to Frank Duran, the real estate man. Is that what you were going to say, Mark? I took the words.
Like you wouldn't believe.
All right. Frank Duran would be so nice to you and honest and tell you everything about that house. So if you're getting ready to sell, you call him.
Okay.
But I don't think you'll have a problem. Now, have you thought about what assisted living you're going into?
No, I really haven't.
Okay, remember Golden Orchard. I mean, I'm a walking commercial here. I'll tell you why. We have such great people. I swear.
I love Farrell.
You know, seriously, they have beautiful assisted living homes. I
want to go north.
Okay.
She has one north?
She has them in, where was it, Mark?
2 in Centennial, one in, I want to say Broomfield or Wheat Ridge.
Wheat Ridge.
Just at least check him out. At least check him out.
That one price, they have large yards and spacious bathrooms and patios, and they also have, you know, a special memory care for people that need it. So repeat these numbers after me. 3, 2, 1. I'm just kidding.
3, 2, 1.
I'm just kidding. You listen. You sound sharp. They really do.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. they do have a beautiful facility. If you look on the website goldenorchard.com, but also you call us with any questions you have. And who's that nice fellow that called for you?
No, I'm just a friend of hers.
Boyfriend, I said.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
My wife is sitting here, too, so we can't say that right
now. This guy's got it going on.
So, Mike, thank you for taking care of her seriously, and make sure you call us with any questions you have, okay? And
I will. I appreciate it, Tom.
And seriously, call Frank.
Yeah, and you, Frank Duran for the house. Golden Orchard, she ought to check out, goldenorchard.com. But seriously, if she has any issues whatsoever, she should call me, okay? Betty's got a comment on that child abuse case in Weld County. A guy is accused of Class 1 child abuse. He's given unsupervised visitation, and no one can figure out why. And I can only say it's because it's Weld County Social Services, Weld County judges, Weld County District Attorney, and Weld County everything else. Go ahead, Betty.
Well, I was just wondering if this lady, I don't know if she can afford it, but I was wondering if Bonnie would take on a case like that.
You mean like just privately? But it doesn't matter because she did go to court, and the judge turned her down for supervision.
And I think the mom has an attorney, Tom. I'd have to double check with Daff.
Yeah, and we already thought of that. You know, let's get somebody on her side. But the judge is against her. The judge says no supervision needed. Now, I'm not saying the guy is guilty, okay? Even though the doctor said there's child abuse, and the mom is the one that brought her to the doctor, and the dad was charged with child abuse. I don't know, was it a one-time spanking? He's never done it before, never will do it again. Who knows? The judge heard something and figured no supervision. No supervision. I don't understand it. Do you? Okay, we got more right after this.
This report is brought.
Yeah, that was so funny.
Minimal delays in the drive across metro area freeways. Is your Camaro 8-cylinder or 6-cylinder?
My Mustang?
Yeah, Mustang.
Not a Camaro.
Those Camaros are beautiful.
Answer the question one way or the other. Let her answer the question. What is it?
I think it's an 8.
There you go.
No.
460 horsepower.
He's got the fastest car.
What do you got?
He's got a GTR, 1,300 horsepower.
What is that again? GTR.
Nissan.
Oh. Crotch rock.
1300.
Yeah. How the hell do you do it?
It's nothing.
Wait, was it stock?
At one time.
No. Okay. So what does that normally come out at? It's a hot car.
550 horsepower.
How did you get 35?
Turbos. Bigger turbos, fuel.
All right. So you're into the.
Do you have
the
that
new speed,
juice,
whatever it's called?
No, just
You're
turbos.
into the Japanese cars.
Well, that Japanese car.
A GTR. I want to see it.
I'm looking at it. They're pretty badass.
You know that Trim
Yeah, they're
6-speed
awesome.
Mustang?
It's a dual clutch automatic.
It looks, well, it depends on the color. It looks bad. Do you have a
Hers
ring
is
on the back?
6-speed.
Yeah, hers is the Trim 6-speed.
Do you have a ring on the back?
Mine doesn't, no.
Come on.
Well,
Is it red? Is it red?
No.
There's no Hyundai.
That Trim 6-speed you have in your Mustang, it's also in the Prowler or the.
Like,
it
are
is
they
the Camaro.
expensive
I've got-
cars out of the
I love
gate?
it.
They're 100 grand.
Here's
Out
what.
of the gate, without
I
any.
love that stick.
Oh, so this is like really
It's a race
up
car.
there.
Yeah.
Like a Corvette or better. You're
Yeah.
gonna say
Oh, yeah.
better.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's all-wheel drive.
There's only one other car that can beat a GTR.
I'm looking at one here with 1,750
Yeah.
horse, a GTR.
They go up to 2,800 horsepower.
It's a 1700.
How does it roll?
You'll just sit there, burn, 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 burn.
It's all-wheel drive.
No, it won't burn. The traction control doesn't let it. It just goes.
It's amazing.
That's what
It's
Paul
so
Walker
calm. You can drive to the grocery
Oh,
store
really?
anywhere you want.
Yeah.
It's blue. It's got a wrap on.
Wow,
It's
it looks like a Ferrari.
What was it on the wrap?
It's white.
Wow, is that
Why
low?
did you do a wrap?
I bought it like that.
It's good.
I
for
bought
the
it
winter.
hard. I've had 3 GTRs.
Oh, it's
I
wonderful.
bought this
It's all-wheel drive.
already done. So I wanted
Look at
a complete package of stuff and already put the bugs and stuff out of it.
Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to get it rewrapped. I don't like it. I'm going to get my Mustang
You like
wrapped,
cars,
too.
yeah. Well, I love cars.
You are something. That is it's like a Ferrari.
It's fat.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. Matt has a question. What's going on, Matt? He just hung up. Matt, call back, Matt. 303-713-TALK. I don't know, people sometimes do it when they're transitioning from the speaker. You know, they put it on hold. I know how it happens. They put it on hold, and it's on the speaker. Then when he hears me take it, they go back in the transition. They lose it.
He's
So-
probably driving a stick.
Yeah.
Didn't know
Yeah.
what he was doing.
No, I don't think it was a cell phone. So, Matt, call us back, okay, bro? You can get right through. In fact, anyone can right now for the next few minutes. We got several minutes to take calls, and I'm going to go to James now. James, what's going on, James?
Hey, Tom, I bought a car at Barrett-Jackson Auto Auction in Scottsdale back in January.
Yeah, now, why'd you go to the Barrett-Jackson auction?
I actually sold the car down there as well. So
Yeah.
it was kind of on my bucket list.
Okay, cool. I think it's a pretty cool system they have.
Well, explain it.
Okay, it's an online auction, and, okay, explain it, James.
Yeah, so what happened was it was kind of a last-minute thing. I was down with my dad. He's like, yeah, we should buy a car. So they had on-site loan company called Woodside Credit, who was the Barrett-Jackson preferred lender, if you will. So got a loan through them real quick, ended up buying a 66 Dodge Coronet, and I am yet to receive the title. Going on almost 4 months now, so I cannot register the car.
Wait a minute. Well, how does Barrett-Jackson work with that kind of stuff? That's the part I don't know. How do they work? Do they guarantee title and all that?
Yeah, so the only reason I know that is when I sold the car at the same auction, I had to make sure everything was clear. They got my title, I'm going to say probably 2 months prior to the auction to make sure everything was good. So I know that in order to sell your car and they inspect it as you bring it, everything had to be on the up and up.
So then they have the title, you just didn't get it.
Yeah, so what it is it's held up at the loan company, which I don't understand. I mean,
Oh, wait, does the
almost
loan
about to make
company, does Woodside Credit say they have it?
Yeah. They
Okay,
have
well,
it, but
you're not going to get it anyway because you're financing the car.
correct.
So
But
all
I
you're going
need
to get...
be able to register it.
Right, but to register it, you don't get the title, do you?
No, they send the paperwork to
Yeah.
the DMV.
Exactly. And then you're notified. Now, did they send it to DMV?
So here's what's going on. So last week, 3 weeks ago, they told me, oh yeah, everything looks good. You should be getting your plates in the mail. So I wasted a week by
checking my mailbox every day. You don't get plates in the mail.
Right. I have to go physically register it.
Yeah,
and that's what I keep trying to tell these guys.
Hold on.
If you buy it...
You buy it from them. They do the paperwork. The lender does the paperwork and then sends it to your DMV. Your DMV notifies you that your stuff is there ready for you to come and get your plates.
And then if you bought it out of state like you did, then you'll pay your sales tax, registration, you'll get your license plates.
It seems like 4 months is quite a long time.
Well, Woodside Credit probably sent it. I mean, I think they already sent it.
Have you gone to your DMV and asked if they have the paperwork?
I have not.
Well, you should. You go to your county, whatever address you gave them, the county, go to that office. Don't go to a different one. Go to the one that serves your area and then ask for your file if they have it, or call and ask. I don't think they take it phone calls. That's the problem. You got to wait. Yeah. Oh, God, it's terrible. I hate it.
In other words, your paperwork may be there.
Yeah, well, I don't think so, because last week I was told all of a sudden after waiting I needed to get a vehicle VIN because it was out of state, which I've bought cars before and done this before. So I did that as well. So it just seems like every time I think I'm getting closer, they throw out another wrinkle like that. So I'm just not so sure they're familiar with how things work in Colorado, to be honest with you, since they're in California.
Yeah, but I bought a car there. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, you bought. Okay. Yeah, that's absolutely right. So you went there, you bought it.
Yeah, and
then eventually your paperwork was at the DMV here.
Right.
That was last year.
Yeah,
and that was California.
Or they give it to you, the paperwork, and you take it to DMV. They can do that too. It can. So listen, do you want? Why don't we call Woodside Credit for you?
Yeah, that would be awesome. Because see, I've got collector plates off the car that I sold.
James, I think you're going to find that. I don't know. They can't be that stupid. Listen. Woodside Credit. They know what they're doing.
Until he registers it, goes down with his bill of sale and register it here. They don't know where to send the paperwork to.
Yeah, because he provided Woodside Credit with all the information. Of course he did.
Yeah, but he
got a loan.
Yeah, but he needs to register the car on his temporary here. No. Then the county has record.
Listen,
well,
they send it.
Listen, Clint.
Yeah.
When I bought a car out of state using the same thing, I filled out, because I wasn't getting a loan, but I filled out all the information at the dealer, right? Because they sold it to me. And then they know where to send it because your address is there. So they send it to that motor vehicle department. They know exactly where to send it.
Correct. That's happened to us.
Yeah. You don't have to go anywhere and do anything. They send it. Or they can FedEx it to you and you can take it in.
And for that matter, if you buy one in Colorado, it works the same way.
Right.
It always works the same way.
Now Woodside, and there are some that'll say, we're not going to look up which office to send it to. We don't do business in Colorado. We'll send you a FedEx packet. And then you take the FedEx packet to the motor vehicle department.
But in his case, I don't know, because there's a finance company involved. They generally send it directly.
They do.
Because they register the lien.
You're right. You're absolutely right. They won't let you have that title. They will send it directly.
Yeah.
So, okay, we'll figure it out at Woodside Credit. Okay, hold on. And Deputy Clint, give me a list here. What are you working on so we can tell people what to look forward to? What are we working on right now? No. Do you have a list of what you called on?
Today?
Yeah, today.
Yeah.
You can do it during this show or tomorrow.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, next week maybe.
I can't even remember.
Well, you hit them too fast. Come on.
No, I saw you had a whole list there.
Yeah, you called.
We call him Speedy.
Car.
Yeah, I haven't gotten hold. Nobody have I gotten hold of. I'm waiting for everybody to call back.
Okay, I just wanted to get a rundown.
Hopefully he's going to do another mock trial.
Okay.
With our young lady this weekend.
One thing we really need to do, though, we really do need to put everything on our follow-up board and then let people know what we're working on. Often we say we're going to work on this, and people write to me and say, oh, you don't help people. You just say you're working on it, and we are. What are you looking at? What did the light just go on in your head?
Yeah.
Which one?
The one to find out what happened to his estate, the young man who passed away.
Right. Oh, that one's weird because he worked for Kroger and did not have it. Good. So you contacted them.
Yeah, I have the representative there.
And also people have said that they noticed there were some people missing on the Sleaze Brigade that we've been talking about.
God, we got to get them up.
No, we will do that. We're going to have a Sleaze Brigade meeting and get the Sleaze Brigade up, and we absolutely do that. On the common law question, I'll just go ahead. The guy isn't there, but I know what he's calling about. Turn that mic off now. Oh. Okay. So what he was talking about is how long. People ask this all the time. There is no length of time. As soon as you introduce yourself and you both agree that you're married, you introduce yourself and you consider yourself married, it is from that point forward a legal binding marriage. Unless both of you just say to each other, okay, let's not be married. But then that's happened too. Because if no one knows about it, yeah, you can dissolve it pretty easily. But here's what happened. A guy and his wife, common law, they introduce each other as marriage. Then they say, hey, let's forget about this. We made a big mistake. And rather than go through a divorce, they peacefully divided everything up. The guy wins the lottery. She comes back and says, we never got divorced. So that's how you're screwed. So even though there's no length of time, if you hold yourself out to be married and you then want to split up, you should have a dissolution of marriage. It doesn't have to be hotly contested, but you should legally get a dissolution because otherwise it can come back to haunt you, especially if you get married again.
Joint tax returns, too.
Right. But a joint tax return is not necessary to have a legally binding marriage. It's how you hold yourself out. So anyway, I want to thank Chris and Amy Shonrock from Rock.
Thank you so
much,
Tom.
Heating and Air.
Thanks for having us, Tom.
What is that number you have that's a fancy number? I want that one.
720-851-7625.
Or 720-851-ROCK.
That's what I like. 720-851-ROCK. That's the one I like. Okay, save all your problems for me.
Now's the perfect time to...
The motorhome I bought they made me register here before they would send...
They've got to have it. I just went through that. The bank has got to have it. If they're asking for a VIN verification, they've got to have that in order to send their paperwork off. So the bank probably still has all the paperwork there.
No, he's saying they're just waiting on that VIN verification.
But you don't have to fucking register. You